Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the HSG Network. Tonight we are bringing you live from Edison High School, the Jersey Sharks versus the Overbrook Ducks on a beautiful Saturday night. 80 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. I am your announcer Juan De Pena. With me is Ray Storigo for this call of the game. Ray, how are you?
I'm doing well, although there are a few cumulonimbus out here. So it's
Well,
Sharks coming in today at 3-0, Overbrook Ducks at 2-1. So you got a battle of the Titans here in the League of All Leagues Alliance. Should be a really good one tonight. We got uh, the Sharks on the season, averaging 277 yards on offense. Manny Cabasa, quarterback for them, has thrown for a league lead 733. He's had three really quality games so far this year. Uh, Big receiver Lance Fisher for the Sharks, number 20. Folks, keep your eyes on him down there. He's he wreaks havoc on defenses.
you know what? I've known Lance for a very long time. I've known Manny for a very long time. That's a deadly combination that the Sharks have. On the other end, you've got the Overbrook Ducks who've taken the drive up from Philadelphia. Overbrook Ducks are 2-1. They have a loaded team. A lot of guys on this team have some championship experience from the spring with the Jersey Jaguars, and also have some other experiences from other teams. One of the guys you want to look out for on offense for the Overbrook Ducks is their wide receiver. Number 16, Nadir Smith, solid individual, slot receiver, can get wide open. And once he gets the ball in his hands, he can go deep with that. On the defensive side of the ball, they're led by Marquise Slocum, number two, the big defensive tackle, one of the most single, unblockable players in any league. And he's going to be a problem for the Sharks front. But we'll see what the game brings.
Yeah, also on defense for the Sharks, Amir Cooper. I'm sorry, Amir Kofer. He'll be in the backfield all day out of Lackawanna College. You'll see him in the Ducks backfield all day today. So this should be a really good one. We got a couple of also old guys on the Sharks. So for those of you out there, Tommy Zarino, I believe, is 55. So if you guys are out there thinking you're in your 40s and you can't play this game anymore, come on out. Also, Raheem Ridley, running back out of Rutgers for the Sharks, also is 44, I believe. So, and he's in tremendous physical condition. He kind of looks a little bit like you, Juan.
Yeah, listen, you have to squint your eyes and turn your head a little bit for that comparison. But about Tommy and Raheem, I was teammates with both of them. Raheem and I were actually rookies together with the New Jersey Giants back in 1997. I retired in 2008, and Raheem is still playing. That's just a credit to his work ethic. And Tommy Zarino, the backup quarterback for the Sharks, is the ageless wonder, number two. He's entering season number 38, I believe, in minor league football. But the guy loves the game. He's a great team, and his teammates love him.
And I'll tell you what, he's a great holder too. He's held for Anthony quite a bit, and was always his favorite holder. So who do we got it there? 24 kicking off.
Yeah, that's gonna be Deron Maxwell's gonna be kicking off. The looks like the Sharks won the toss. Correction, the Ducks won the toss and deferred to the Sharks. Back deep for the Sharks. Looks like you're gonna have number 10 James. Hard number's kind of hard to
Looks
see
like
there.
Bethea.
Shamar Soro, number 16 is gonna be
Yep,
back
and
there,
Saru. Yep.
and number's kind of hard. Might be Aaron Miller.
Let's see. 15.
Yeah.
Okay. Ali. Could be Ali. 15. Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Well, let's see. We got one. We got two. Yeah, I think need one more. So
You know what's interesting about this game as well is that, in the NFL, how often do you have a father in the booth and a player on the field? So that's actually a pretty good analogy here.
yeah.
The kicker for the Sharks, Anthony Arrigo, Starego, excuse me, number 34. Uh, One of the better legs in all of my league football, and his dad gets to watch him all the time. And is this the first time you ever seen him from up here?
No, I've done a few games. No, he's last week for sure.
What's it like
So
watching having to call your son's games and being critical of him?
you know, I try not to be too critical on him because he gets down on himself a lot. So I'm usually trying to pump him up. But it's just as I tell people, Anthony does have autism. I don't think it's a big secret. But where he's come from and what he's done in his life, he amazes me every day. In many ways, not even having anything to do with football. So he's just a great story. He's a great teammate. You can't not like him. When he goes to a game, there's 8 guys on the other side who know who he is and come over. So
And his enthusiasm is contagious.
yeah, when I watch the relationship between him and his team and him, I mean that's why I do this. I do this so he can
Absolutely.
he can go out and make a difference and show people that regardless of what you have, you fight through it and you can accomplish things. And he's a pretty decent kicker on top
There
of
we
it.
go.
So
With the
it's a
kickoff,
nice
the
kickoff.
ball at the 5. That's going to be Sorrell with the kick return. Got through the first wave, and it's going to be taken down at about the 37-yard line by number 0, Maurice Goodwin Sr. from the Ducks. And the Sharks are going to start the game off now at the 37-yard line. And out to quarterback for the Jersey Sharks is their longtime veteran, multiple-time champion, Manny Cabasa.
Yeah, Manny's an excellent quarterback. Doesn't give it away to the other team, which is why I like him. Maybe one turnover a game from him. And this game, semi-pro, it's all about turnovers. It's all about field position and penalties. You can win those 3 phases. You'll win most of your games at this level. So 37-yard line for the Sharks. Here we go.
First and 10. Sharks win to the line. Sharks going to come out with twin receivers to the left-hand side, single receiver to the right side. That's going to be Lance Fisher. Cabasa in the backfield. Ducks are up with a single high safety look. Cabasa on the center, waiting for the call. High snipe. Pass is going to be a little bit wide of his intended receiver. Number 16.
Just hit Saru out there in the flat.
The kid Saru, I believe he came over to the Sharks like 2 or 3 years ago, and he's been lightning in a bottle ever since. He's going to be one of those playmakers that they're looking for.
Yeah, he's a really good possession guy. You'll see him on special teams. You'll see him, little short passes, things in the slot, out in the flat. He's kind of the glue guy. He's not going to stretch many teams, but he's the guy on those dump downs, getting you valuable yardage.
2nd and 10 for the Sharks in that 3-receiver look. 2 receivers to the left-hand side. Fisher by himself. The bottom of the screen. Cabasa in the shotgun. Kelvin White in the backfield with him. Snap is high again. Handoff is going to be to White. He's going to be stopped immediately at the line of scrimmage for probably looks like a 3-yard loss. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 13 for the Jersey Sharks. Ray, what do you say we do here with the Jersey Sharks 3rd and 13 early in the game?
Well, I like Fisher. He's the guy that if they're going to try to cover him man to man, they're going to have a long day. So So not 3rd and 13, not really what you're looking for, but let's see what they can do. See if the Ducks defense can get off the field.
Right, one of the key guys for the Ducks here on that defensive line is going to be number 0, Maurice Goodwin. One heck of a pass rusher, long and lanky, not exactly built like a regular pass rusher. Sharks are going to come out in a spread formation. Cabasa in the backfield by himself with number 40, Kelvin White. Snap to Cabasa. He's in the pocket, looking deep. Pocket collapses on him. Big time sack by number 90, Corey Burrell. 4th down and long for the Sharks, and the punt team is going to come out.
Good pressure by the defense. They only sent 4, but it was enough to get there. Cabasa ran out of time.
A lot of those times it's going to be coverage sacks as well. They did a good job of covering those receivers, and the pocket was collapsed almost immediately, and the big fella in the middle came in and got a sack.
Sharks set up the kick.
So here we are, the special teams game.
Ducks ready to receive.
Junior Gene is going to be back as the punter.
And as you see, Sharks trying to get some guys on the field.
Back to return for the Ducks is going to be number 16, Nadir Smith. Smith is standing now at his own 25-yard line. And we've got a timeout by the Sharks. Looks like head coach Lou Mora is upset, wants to get his team together and get them straightened out. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Is your indoor air working properly? Edison Heating and Cooling is your neighborhood's trusted professional since 1987. Just give a call and a trained comfort advisor will meet with you, do a full inspection, and discuss your options from repair to upgrading to a new high-efficiency system that could save you up to 61% of your energy bill. Our fully trained technicians install and service all systems, including premier Carrier products for both residential and commercial customers. All day, every day, count on Edison Heating and Cooling.
So after that quick timeout, the Sharks are back to punt. Nadir Smith standing at his 25. It's going to be a short kick by Gene. This is going to bounce around the 50-yard line. Sharks are going to down it. Takes a backward bounce. It's going to down it on the Ducks' 49-yard line. And the Ducks are going to be taking over here at their 49-yard line, where it looks like Tariq Smith will be the quarterback for the Ducks, number 5.
Sharks defense pretty good on the season. They actually did not give up a point on defense last week.
And if I'm not mistaken, they also scored on defense as well. Number 13, German Pimentel,
Yes.
on a scoop and score for a touchdown.
Early in the game. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Juan.
I pay attention here and there.
All right.
You know, according to Howard, I'm too busy traveling, but I catch minor league football whenever I can.
It's funny when you say announcing and Howard, I think of the other Howard. You know what I'm saying?
Not me. I always think of Howard Gaber.
Really? No.
1st and 10.
Ducks are going to come out with 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 receiver to the top. 2 backs in the backfield.
And look for the Ducks to have a pretty good rushing attack today. They average about 100 yards a game, and they go right to it. Oh, boy.
That's a big-time run there, but number 28. That's going to be Everett Burgess, 28, with a big-time run there.
C.J. Parks saves the touchdown, uses the sideline as a defender, and looks like he's coming up a little hobbled on the play.
Looks about a 31-yard run on that first play of the game. That's a great way for the Ducks to get themselves going.
It sure is. It sure is.
Ducks 1st and 10 at the Sharks 21-yard.
First and 10 for the Sharks. First and 10 for the Ducks, at the Sharks' 21-yard line. They're just outside of the red zone. They're going to come out with that same formation from last time. 2 receivers down to the bottom of your screen. 2 backs in the backfield. Smith is making his calls. Handoff to his up backs. A fumble on the ball.
And that's all it takes.
Fumble recovered by your Jersey Sharks.
The handoff was to Shaquille Salmons. He fumbled the ball, and number 25 for the Sharks, that's going to be Eric Mamaholis, who came.
Thank you for taking that one. I looked at it a couple times. I'm thinking maybe you'll just roll through with that one.
And I probably butchered the name, but Eric had a great position, a great time. The Sharks needed that, and they're running back. They're coming right back out.
Here we go. I don't think he really ever had it one.
What do you see here, Ray?
I don't think he really ever got the ball. Let's take a look. Uh-oh. Okay.
Sharks take over 1st and 10.
Right, let's take a look at it now. We got this.
1st and 10 for the Sharks on the 19-yard line.
As long as it doesn't call signals too long here on this replay, we're good. There we go. Let's see. Nah, he never had it. All the way. Boy, that is most simple play, huh? Handoff.
It's never simple.
No,
it's never ever simple.
Yeah, it's simple till it doesn't happen.
Spread around. Raheem really in the backfield, pass protecting.
There's our boy
the
again.
pass to Lance.
Oh boy.
There goes Fishers. Fishers to the 50.
There it is.
He's to the 40. He's to the 30. He's got one man to beat. To the 30. To the 10. Touchdown, Jersey Sharks. Lance Fisher. 81 yards. Manny Cabasa to Lance Fisher, and that is exactly what Lance Fisher brings to an offense.
The most dangerous wide receiver in this league. Period. Bar none. He split those guys. He didn't even have an angle one. He didn't. The guy, they had the angle on him, and he still outspeeds him to the outside.
Anyone who's played against
Oh.
Lance knows that is one of his favorite routes. It's that skinny post, kind of a drag route across the middle of the field. He gets the ball in space and then just takes off to the sideline. Great job by Cabasa to stay in the pocket and be able to deliver that pass. Now it's 6-0 Sharks. And some guy is kicking the ball now.
Yeah, some Anthony Sturego. Let's see how he takes his steps here. That looks good. If he stays up, we got a good snap. And hey, at least they're on the 22, so that's a good sign. Here we are.
Snap is down. Kick is
that'll
up.
Work. Yes, sir.
And that's going to be true.
Yeah.
Extra point.
And there he goes.
Extra
there he
point
goes,
for
folks.
Anthony Sturego.
There he is.
And the Sharks take the early lead, 7-0 on the Overbrook Ducks.
Looking for somebody to chest bump. There was nobody there. Yeah, Juan, it's a. Yeah, that's for those of you keeping score at home. The League of All Leagues Alliance has a new interesting twist rule this year that kicks on extra points are worth 2, and conversions that were used to be 2 are now 1. So let's so we're gonna have a replay here for you. Just watch, folks. Wide receivers at home, no substitute for speed, folks, none at all. Watch him split these two guys on the side. I told you they'll have their hands full if they're going to cover him man to man. Right there it is, and he's gone right here. Look at this. 22's got an angle. Doesn't matter. Does not matter. And he goes to the pylon like any good receiver will do. Well done.
Good pitch and catch by those two.
Well done.
Now the Ducks have to respond. Here, kicking off.
That's it. Yeah, let's see how they respond.
Sturego to kick off. Back deep for the Ducks is going to be number 16, Nadir Smith.
I think we might want to avoid 16, right?
And it looks like
sure did. Well done. Look at this.
Number 7 with
Take it out, my son. Take it out. Go. Oh, look at this. Look. That's it.
That's good. That's going to be a safety, it looks like.
It should be. And right. Let's see. Well, I'm waiting for the signal. The referee's trying to explain it to him.
Unfortunately, folks, we don't have a number 7 on our roster here from the Overbrook Ducks.
Yeah, that's
and maybe luckily for him at this point.
And you know what's funny? I wrote 17 different numbers down, and that wasn't one of them.
And that's going to be a safety for the Sharks.
Oh, yeah.
So
he did.
He touched the ball in play, let the ball go into the end zone, and a big special teams play by the Sharks. So just like that, it's a 10-0 Sharks lead.
And those people at home thinking, oh, good, touchdown and field goal. Nope, not quite. Not quite. So let's. In fact, you know what? I think he also did have the opportunity to down it because I think the ball's momentum took it to the end zone. He didn't carry it in.
No, once he touches it, I believe once he touches it, it becomes a live ball.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Nice kick by Sturego, huh? Gets it right past him.
So right there at about the 7-yard line, he touches
it. Did he touch it or not? I'm not sure if he touched it. That's my question. I'm not sure if he got it. He may not have touched it. It's close.
You know, credit's got to be given to number 0, Kelly Gallimore, who played that thing out completely.
Absolutely.
And got down there. Those hustle plays are going to be the ones that come back and help you at the end of a game, especially a big game like this.
Play to the whistle, right? Did I win? Oh, boy.
So
all right.
I guess the safety is being waved off. Is that the case?
Looks it looks.
But I thought he still had to down it in the end zone. He never did.
It looks like the officials are waving off the safety. Okay. They're saying that he never had possession of the ball, and and the field of play. And then when he finally had possession of the ball, he was in the end zone, and his knees were down and he was tackled. So I guess that makes it a touchback. Ducks are starting in the 20. Smith with the tackle, with the handoff. Number 28 with the handoff.
Oh, nice play.
Got right back to about the line of scrimmage. Give or take about 5 yards there.
Darrell Kennedy Jr. coming up from his cornerback spot or safety spot. Nice play. Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Julius Faison with the carry there.
I asked Julie if he was any relation to Marcus Faison, the old Rutgers running back. He said no. So
It's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Ducks from the 26-yard line.
I think that was from the Doug Graber era. For those of you out there,
Ducks.
you'll get a Rutgers reference every once in a while here, just so you know one.
Ducks in that offset I formation. Smith with the hand. Hands it off to number 2.
There's our boy again.
Arthur Sanders. And he's got nothing going for himself. Going to be about maybe a 1 yard line, 1 yard gain on that 2 yard gain. Make it about 3rd and 7 for the Ducks at their own 28-yard line.
There's that name you're going to hear most of the evening, Amir Kofer, from his defensive position on the line. Took his man, tossed him aside, made the play.
He's one of those young, good defensive tackles in this league.
It's 3rd down.
For those of you in Pennsylvania, from Lackawanna College. Nice.
Single back spread for the Ducks. Smith with the snap is looking left. Rolls to his right. Throws the ball downfield. Intended for Nadir Smith. Going to be incomplete. Looks like number 48 on the coverage.
Yep, Corey Jones. Nice job. Nice job.
Nice 3 and out for the Ducks. For the Sharks to get the Ducks off the field. And now the Ducks going to have to punt.
Of course, one hard to roll right, throw back over the middle, right?
Yeah,
it's tough throw.
Especially when you're a right-handed quarterback.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Look who's deep.
Lance Fisher is going to be deep for the Sharks. He's going to be standing at approximately about his 30-yard line. Okay, number 24 for the Ducks is going to be Daron Maxwell. He's also the kicker. He'll be punting it. He's standing at about his 15-yard line.
And let's hope he doesn't hit a nice high ball that he can field and get running, because I'm punting this out of bounds, one. That's what I'm doing. Let's see. Special teams. Oh, boy. Oh, did they get him? No, there's no flag, and I'm surprised. I got to tell you.
I'm going to see right there. There's going to be a flag on the play, a little bit late.
Yeah. We'll see if it's a running into or a roughing.
Right. If it's a roughing the kicker, it's going to be an automatic first down. If it's a running the kicker, it's going to be a 5-yard penalty and repeat the down. If it's a roughing, then it'll be a automatic first down.
No, this is going to be close. It really is. He said it's a 5. We're motioning to the sideline at 5. So that's what you got. So you're going to get 4th and about, I don't know, a yard or 2. Boy, I don't know. You're on 33, 34. I'm not so sure. I think I'm still punting here. Tough call. Let's see.
You know, we're midway through the first quarter, and you're deep inside your own territory. Is this somewhere where you decide you were going to try to run the ball out, try to maybe draw them off sides?
Let's see.
Okay.
And so the Ducks are taking the kick. Oh, the Sharks. I don't know, because penalties on the Ducks or on the Sharks. I'm sorry. Let's see what he's got.
Right.
I'm sure he said it was a 5, though. He motioned 5 to the sideline. All right, he's.
Okay. Well, it looks like
it's running into
right.
4th and 2.
That far referee standing there. They've got 4 in the box. It's gonna be about 4th and 2, and they're gonna re-kick.
Right. Let's see. Sharks do have the return team, so
right. The Ducks decided they're gonna go for it here on 4th and 2.
Okay.
On their own 34-yard line.
All right, so you have a wide receiver out there that's deep, so you got 11 on 10 here almost. So yeah, I was going to say that's a good call. That's the right call.
Going to be a legal substitution on the Sharks.
Yeah, it looks like I'm counting 12 here. 6, 9.
You know, of all the things that we thought that could possibly happen, as a result on this.
Excuse,
Would be illegal substitution be the way that we're going to get the first down?
yeah, and excuse me, and if I'm not mistaken, and my eyes are not really great, not only did they have too many men on the field, they had 13 guys on the field.
They're playing Canadian rules.
So not only 12, it was 13.
Spread for the Ducks with the first down. Handoff to number 25.
Nice fill.
Elijah
Nice
Clark.
Good work.
Once again, that Sharks defense is just giving nothing up when it comes to the run game. It's going to be approximately a 1 yard game. Number 33, Deshaun Lewis, a longtime linebacker in there on the tackle.
And 55 White also cleaned him up there at the end. Real nice job.
Ducks break the huddle.
2nd and 10.
Trips to the bottom of the screen. They're going to have an Adair Smith to the inside. Single back with Smith. 2nd and 10. Smith calling orders. Gets a shotgun snap. He's looking deep down the field. He's rolling to his right. Being chased by Lewis. He's going to be able to step out of bounds depending on the spot here. It looks like he's going to be just short of the first down. He's going to step out at the 47-yard line of the Ducks, making it a 3rd and 1 Ducks.
Yeah, that's a real nice decision to roll outside the pocket. The other thing I did like is until he crossed the line of scrimmage, he still had his eyes downfield looking to see if he could see anything down there. And he didn't step out of bounds. Maybe he could have got the first down if there's any negative to the play. He probably had a little bit more room. But good position, 3rd and 1.
Right. Spread formation, running back to the left. Smith calling signals. Looking over the defense. He's going to get the snap.
Uh-oh.
It looks like it's going to be a false start on the offense.
False start.
Boy, that's how you turn an easy 3rd down into much harder, huh?
Absolutely.
Jeez.
It's going to make it 3rd and 6 for the Ducks on their own 42-yard line.
You know, one that always amazed me because you know the snap count, right? The defense does not. You do.
Listen, Ray, I coach defense, and I tell my guys always watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Especially when your guys like right in front of the ball.
Single back to the right, spread formation. Smith calling out his signals. Gets the snap. He's looking to his left. He's looking for that out pattern. Looks like he's got it.
He does not. Couldn't hold it.
Incomplete pass to number 7. It would have been short, regardless of what it was. Brings up an interesting 4th and about 7 for the Ducks, and they look like they're going to go for it, right?
Yeah, that's not a terrible position to go for it on 4th down. You know, typical football, you wouldn't, right? I mean, most teams wouldn't go for this. But you see in semi-pro, they'll do that a lot if they're anywhere near midfield.
Man, I've always been a proponent of the field position game.
Me too. I'm a field position guy. But listen, but the way special teams, is at this level, sometimes I don't know.
Duck spread is a single back to the left. Smith with the snap. He's looking to his right. He's rolling a little bit to his right. He's pulling out of the pocket, being chased by German Pimento. He's going to be able to get out of bounds, and depending on that spot, he's going to have a first down at the Sharks 49. The defensive end, German Pimento, number 13 for the Sharks, was not quick enough to be able to get to him, and Smith did a great play, got the exact yardage that he needed for the first down, stepped out of bounds, and reset the clock at first down.
Yeah, he definitely needed exactly what he needed to do. Sharks are going to have to do a better job on the ends, sealing those ends, not letting him outside. They're going to have to force him up the middle where the rest of the
Ducks going with the up-tempo offense here. Snap to Smith. He's looking to his left. Steps into his pocket. He's being chased. Pimento got him this time. First down, about 5-yard pickup. About 2nd and 6 for the Ducks on the Sharks' 46-yard line. The Sharks are doing a really good job of keeping coverage on these receivers and not letting Smith get much of a clean look in the pocket.
Correct, yeah. I guess you know a little bit about Pimentel yourself?
I do. He played for me with the Garden State Herd, was our defensive MVP. Hard-working kid, big athlete.
And a good kid, too.
Great kid.
Yeah.
Trips to the bottom of the screen for the Ducks. Single back with Smith in the backfield.
I think you get a little handoff here up the middle. There it is.
It's going to be an inside handoff here for the Ducks.
That's a good fill. He just
That's going to be number 33, James Russo on the carry. Russo is one of those little short backs, powerful build. Got a little bit of a giddy up to him.
Yeah, Corey Jones out of Union Community College fills it. Of course, he pushes him back 2 or 3 yards. That's how you get yards after hit.
That brings us to a manageable 3rd and 2 from the Sharks' 41-yard line for the Ducks. In a drive that's been aided by penalties and false starts. And remember, this drive started on their own 25 after that end zone incident.
And if you're the Ducks right here, anything but a sack, right?
Absolutely. Spread, running back to the left-hand side. He's going to go motion them out. Empty backfield. You try to go that little quick screen. Nothing was there. He had a wide-open receiver, number 11, Stanley Bayless, in the middle of the field. Throw was a little too low. It's going to bring up a 4th and 2. Ray, do you think they go for it here again?
Just getting back to that play, it looks like that pass was an afterthought. Looks like he kind of saw him a little bit late, which is why he wasn't set to throw. Oh yeah, you're definitely getting. You're going here. There's no question.
Right.
I'd like seeing run the ball here too. I mean, honestly.
That last play looked like it was going to be set up as a little quick screen, and the Sharks did a great job of reading that.
Back to the other, yeah.
They did a great job of reading that, and Smith tried to improvise. It's going to be 4th and 2, spread offense, running back to the left here.
So this is why I really like the quarterback under center on these 3rd and shorts, but I guess
it's going to be by drop back. He's looking right. He's throwing right across the middle. He was looking for Bayless at the 30-yard line. The throw was way off, and the Ducks will be turning the ball over to the Sharks at the Sharks' own 41-yard line. 8-0 score for the Jersey Sharks.
Juan, there's definitely a miscommunication on that play. I'm not sure. He may have run the wrong route too, because that ball was nowhere near him, and that wasn't a real difficult throw. So you talk to both guys, they'll tell you which one, right?
Right. I mean, sometimes what happens is you have these things called option routes where the receiver will, based on what kind of a defense they have there,
correct,
so on and so forth, they may decide, hey, I'm going to either run this to the inside, run it to the outside.
Yep.
The receiver saw one thing, the quarterback saw something else, and hence you got the miscommunications. Sharks are going to be breaking the huddle here on their own 41-yard line. Cabasa under center.
And at this level, you don't get a lot of those reps, right, with regular defenses in there. So sometimes that's hard.
We have 2 receivers to the bottom of the screen. They're going to be in that pistol formation with Ridley as a solo back behind Cabasa. Cabasa in the drop back. Pass across the middle. He hits Lance Fisher once again. Very similar play to that last play that he scored on. It's going to be a first down for the Sharks at the Owls' 44-yard line.
Listen, you know what really makes him so dangerous? You have to honor the deep ball, because if you don't, he's just going to run by you. So you got to lay off of him, and when you do, he runs that little in route, and there it is.
Right. Sharks in a hurry up in the spread formation. Ridley in pass protection. Cabasa's looking short. Hits his big target, number 6, Justin Hayes. You got number 19 on the tackle for the Ducks. It's going to be a quick pickup of about 3, and now the Sharks are picking up the tempo. So we 2nd and 7 at their 40, at the Ducks 40. Cabasa calling the signals. He's going to have Ridley in the swing pass, and there is nothing there. Number 00, Norris, O.C. Norris, the linebacker, read that play perfectly, and it looks like it's going to be about a 4-yard loss on here, and brings it to a 3rd and 11 for the Sharks, and they decided they're going to slow it down now, huddle back up again.
You know what? Ducks are getting nice pressure out of that front 4. I know they had the big play earlier, and you had the play to Fisher here again on this drive, but he doesn't have a heck of a lot of time back there. He doesn't have a chance to pick out that 2nd and 3rd receiver.
We just got word from the Sharks sideline that their starting free safety, C.J. Parks, number 31, is questionable return with a lower leg injury.
Yeah, it looks like he had a little Charlie horse there on the kickoff, it looked like.
Right. Going to be 3rd and 11 for the Sharks. Cabasa calling the signals. Ridley in the backfield with him. There's a snap. Cabasa's going to run to his left, dumps it off over to number 6, Justin Hayes.
Yeah, boy.
caught by an athletic number 6 there.
Do you have a legal man downfield here, maybe? I don't know.
We're going to have a flag on the play. Let's see what the referees call here.
Could be a hold, too. Let's see. Well, you'd have 4th and 9 on the 43. I don't know what you do. Are you going to take this? What are you doing if you're the Ducks? One?
Well, it depends on what the call is here.
No.
If it's a holding call, I would.
You're going to take it?
I would probably decline and let them punt it.
All right. I think I'm going to back him up. Because you'll go for it on 4th down.
I've noticed that these referees, though, have conferred on almost everything.
But at least they're conferring quickly.
Might be force of habit. These guys do referee high school and college.
Or he's going for the toll booths, checking for change. Could be that too.
Right.
Yeah.
It looks like looks like apparently might have been a holding call, and it was declined by the Ducks, forcing the Ducks to go to the Sharks to be 4th and 9 at the Ducks 42-yard line. Excuse me.
It looks like they're going to punt. That's the right decision. Yes, sir. Derek Carden. Yeah, the Benedict College.
No, that's going to be Junior Gene, the punter. And number 16, Nadir Smith, is going to be back deep. Nadir standing at his approximate 7-yard line.
Juan, how did you get that number, Juan? That was good. Pretty good snap.
Punt by Gene.
Decent punt. Going to let it drop probably. Get a little roll. Nope.
The Sharks cover it. That's going to be number 48, Corey Jones, who's going to be stopping the ball there. Ducks will be taking the ball over at approximately the 20-yard line. End of the first quarter here. The Jersey Sharks with an 8-0 lead over the Overbrook Ducks. We'll be taking a break, and we'll bring you back with more action after this.
If you slip and fall or trip and fall on someone else's property, the first thing you should do is immediately contact an attorney. The site of the incident must be investigated. If there are witnesses, statements need to be taken. We here at Lombardi & Lombardi have a full-time investigator that goes out to the scene of the accident, takes all necessary measurements and photographs, and draws a diagram as to the exact location of your fall. So if you've been involved in a slip and fall or trip and fall on someone else's property, it's important that you contact the law offices of Lombardi & Lombardi immediately, and we'll be happy to give you a free consultation to discuss your claim.
Lombardi & Lombardi attorneys, when legal challenges present themselves, they can have a tremendous impact on your life. The uncertainty and the stress you understandably feel can cause pervasive difficulties that can change the course of your life. Lombardi & Lombardi, 732-906-1500. They're located out on Oak Tree Road in Edison.
Welcome back, folks. Beginning of the second quarter, Jersey Sharks up 8-0 over the Overbrook Ducks. Ducks have the ball starting this drive on their own 20-yard line. Ducks are coming out in a tight formation. 2 receivers to the top of the screen, 2 backs in the backfield. Offside eye, Tyreek Smith under center. The Sharks came with a heavy blitz, naked bootleg, and Tyreek Smith was able to do some wizardry there and make it a 3-yard pickup for the Overbrook Ducks. Can be 2nd and 7 on their own 23.
Quante Smith, Naismith, the safety, did a nice job of sealing that edge over there. He stayed home on the play, and I have a lot of respect for guys that do that. A lot of times the guys are looking to be superheroes out there and not doing their 1/11th job. He did a great job on that play, or that could have been a big gain.
Absolutely. 2nd and 7 for the Overbrook Ducks on the 23-yard line. Same formation for the Ducks. Smith looking over the defense, making his adjustments. The Sharks look like they're bringing a lot of pressure up front, and they do. They're going to be giving the handoff here. Handoff is going to be to number 25, Elijah Clark. Nice, tough run, and the Sharks got away with one there. But it looks like it's going to be just short of the. Oh, nope. Looks like it'll be first down for the Sharks. For the Ducks.
Junior Gene on the play for the Sharks. Knocks him out of bounds. Actually, I'm not sure who knocked who out of bounds.
1st and 10 for the Ducks on the 1st and 10 for the Ducks on their own 30. Time of possession so far in this game has been heavily on the Ducks side, but the Sharks, in the little bit of time that they've had the ball, they've made good use of it.
Big plays, Juan. Big
Yep.
plays.
Ducks are kind of lining up in a tight formation here. Offset eye, big back in the backfield. Smith making his adjustments,
Should be able to
takes
play
the snap,
here, huh? There you go.
play action pass down the middle of the field to Nadir Smith, and a big time hit by number 2, Naismith, knocks Nadir helmet off, shows some good sportsmanship afterwards, but otherwise it's going to be a first down for the Overbrook Ducks on the Jersey Sharks 45-yard line.
Nice throw and catch by Nadir Smith, the wide receiver out of TCU. Ducks moving the ball.
Ducks break the huddle here. 2 receivers to the top of the screen. They've got that offset I formation in the backfield. Sharks look like they were playing with a single high safety, 2 high maybe. It's going to be an inside handoff to number 33, James Russo. He's met by a gang of Sharks at the 43-yard line, led by number 97 of the Sharks, Amir Kofor, your favorite guy,
That's our guy.
Ray.
Hey, nice job by Chad Geno Lewis there out of Minnesota to sort of slow him down just a little bit as he got through the line, so that jersey pulling.
And I was corrected by our illustrious producer, Howard Gaber. It is a school of Sharks on the tackle.
I see. So I guess he schooled you on that one.
Yes.
Didn't he?
No dad
question.
jokes galore.
That's all right.
2nd and 8 for the Overbrook Ducks.
It's my last game anyway, so I can.
Over the tight formation for the Ducks. Nice little handoff to James Russo. He's going to bring it to the left-hand side. He's going to make one side cut, and he's going to get chopped down at about the 35-yard line. An 8-yard pickup for James Russo, extending the drive for the Overbrook Ducks, and it's going to be another first down. Oh, I stand corrected. He's just short. It's going to make a 3rd and about a yard for the Ducks.
Yeah, I know we only do replays pretty much on scoring plays, but that was a really nice job. That entire line was stacked up. There was no hole. He just put his right foot in the ground, cut it to the outside, and got about 7 yards. Nice play. Quante Naismith on the tackle for the Sharks.
Elijah Clark in the backfield now on that 3rd. Elijah Clark and James Russo. So they have 2 options here. Tight formation for the Ducks. 3rd and 1.
You're going to go for this one right here?
Smith on the inside handoff.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Fumble by Clark.
Time. You know what? He's not down either. They blew him down, but he wasn't touched. Wow, how unfortunate.
Elijah Clark with the handoff. A straight fumble. And then Eric Marmolejos with a 2nd fumble recovery of the game. A big game-changing type of play. The Ducks were doing a great job of moving the ball downfield. Sharks got to grab the ball here on their own 40-yard line.
Howard, you got a replay on that, buddy? You're the man. Because I'm telling you, he was not touched on this play. Should have been 6 for the Sharks. And I know Lou Morrow was out there. He wasn't happy with that call. Let's take a look. Here we go. Boy, exchange again, huh, Juan? Jeez whiz. You can move it all you want, right? Here we are. Does he have it? Nope, not really. Now, let's watch the play here. He goes down.
I think they called it down when their feet maybe cross over each other.
Maybe. Okay. Close enough.
Well, anyways, now we have the Sharks starting off on their own 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Ridley is going to be in the backfield with Kabasa, as well as number 40, Kelvin White.
Juan, just like at home, I stand corrected.
Let's
see if Sharks can protect him a little bit.
Ridley's going to get the handoff. Nice hard run by Raheem Ridley, met by a flock of ducks. A flock of ducks.
By the number 1 quacker.
It's going to be 2nd and 9 for the Sharks.
Jonathan Inge out of Collingswood High School.
Jonathan Inge on the tackle. Now, Ray, what if you're the Sharks here? Are you taking those big shots down the field, or are you
Well,
just trying to play the game position game?
No, so he's not having a lot of time. I'm going with a couple of quick patterns. A couple of slants, maybe things like maybe the slants to lands. You think maybe? I don't know.
Ridley and White in the backfield with Cabasa.
But he's just
Tight formation.
not
Fisher is to the top of the screen.
not getting a lot of time. Juan, let's see.
We have play action pass,
Right?
slant.
There it is.
Great throw and catch to Shamar Siro.
Wow.
Could be a first down for the Jersey Sharks at the Ducks 47. And just like you said, Ray, little quick pass pattern there.
Get it out quick, man. When you don't have time, get it out quick. And there's your glue guy again.
There's
your glue wide receiver.
I think the play action was just enough time to freeze the Ducks defense to get that pass off.
Absolutely. Sharks don't have a lot of first downs today.
1st and 10 for the Jersey Sharks at their Ducks 47-yard line. White and Ridley in the backfield, tight formation. Cabassa's overlooking the defense, calling his signals. Snap's going to be an inside handoff to White. White's going to just chug along. Second effort. And nothing showing there. Tackle by number 92, Tyreek Clark of the Ducks. A 1-yard pickup, 2nd and 9 for the Jersey Sharks on the 46-yard line of the Overbrook Ducks.
Sharks have struggled to run it this year a little bit.
Which is surprisingly considering that they have some people back there who can run the ball. Sharks break the huddle. 2nd and 9 on the 46-yard line. Cabassa's adjusting his offense. Justin Hayes over to the left-hand side and the big slot. Cabassa calls the signals. Play action.
Oh, boy.
It looked like it was going to be a blind pass over to number 40, Kelvin White, and he lucked out on that one. Number 49 for the Ducks was all over that. Jonathan Hinge, and that could have been dangerous.
Yeah, that's kind of one of those automatic throws, right? Yeah, it wasn't blind for Hinge, that's for sure. He almost came up with that.
It's going to be third and 9 here for the Jersey Sharks.
Ball security one.
3rd and 9 for the Jersey Sharks on the 46-yard line. Sharks have done a good job so far this game of winning the turnover battle. They're up 2-0 on the turnover battle.
Let's see what kind of formation they come out in here, too.
3rd
One
and
back.
9.
3 receivers set, 2 to the top of the screen.
Split back.
They've got 2 big backs in the backfield. They've got White.
You know what? I'm leaving both of those guys back into the block for me.
White and Hayes are both
That's what I'm
blocking.
doing. There it is.
Plenty of
See?
protection.
Look at the time.
Cabassa, big time throw to Shamar Siro. Great pitch and throw. First down, Jersey Sharks at the looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Jersey Sharks at the 23-yard line of the Ducks. And up-tempo offense for the Sharks. Spread formation, running back to the right. Cabassa's looking. He's looking for his inside receiver. Who's once again looking for Sherrill.
Yeah,
Incomplete.
You know what? He had Fisher there on the outside. But on that last play, they let both backs in. They both made the block. He had plenty of time to throw a longer ball down the field. That's going to be the ticket for the Sharks.
And again, sometimes some of these plays that you run are plays that you're trying to set stuff up for later on.
Correct.
They may run this same formation again sometime during this game, and they may look for the over-the-top receiver. Hopefully they'll have the safety see that same thing and try to bite down.
Well, you're almost in Sturego field goal range here, so let's see what they do.
Sharks break the huddle. They've got Kelvin White in the backfield with Cabassa. Hayes is to the left as a tight end, to the right, Cariza as a tight end. Snap by Cabassa, pump fake.
Got his man.
He's
There
got
he is.
Sherrill once again.
Use a
Use the referee as a pick. Slips a couple of tackles, still on his feet, and he's going to be finally taken down at the 5-yard line Nice pitch and catch once again. 7-16. And now they're inside the 5-yard line of the Ducks. First and goal to go.
And there's your glue possession receiver again. He does a lot of damage over the middle on those short patterns. And you know what? If you can use the referee as an extra blocker, go right ahead. You know, not a problem. Oh,
Sharks call a timeout. I believe that is their first timeout of the first half. We'll be right back after these messages. Jersey Sharks 8 and threatening.
Edison Township Police can be reached at 732-287-0900. Obviously in the township of Edison.
Just as a reset here, the Jersey Sharks are on. Just as a reset here, the Jersey Sharks first and goal on their own 5-yard line with 2 timeouts to go. The Overbrook Ducks are defending and their backs against their own end zone with 1 timeout to go in the first half. Cabasa on this drive has hit Shamar Zero a few times with some key clutch plays, third downs, crossing routes across the middle.
So Juan, we going to give it to the old guy here, Juan, or not? What? My boy Ridley? Yeah, going right, huh?
They're going with a tight formation here, double tight end, single back in the backfield. They've got a single wing on the right-hand side.
With barbecue sauce.
They brought in some of their big guys in.
Nope.
It's going to be a bootleg to Cabasa, who's going to throw it. He's going
to drop one last time. He's not dropping this one.
Touchdown, Jersey Sharks. Defensive end / tight end, German Pimento on the rollout for the touchdown. That's going to make the score 14-0 Jersey Sharks. 2-point conversion pending.
So you stack everybody right, you fake right, you roll left, you have Pimentel go out. He dropped one a week or two ago, and he caught all kind of crap for that. You know, he looked that one straight into his hands.
The thing about Pimento is that he played at Monmouth University, and he was actually the tight end and fullback at Monmouth. So the Jersey Sharks exploited that. He was lined up on the right-hand side of the formation, came all the way across on that bootleg by Cabasa. That was a design play all the way for him. Storigo back for the 2-point extra point. Zarino the holder. Snap is back. Kick is up. Kick is good. And the Jersey Sharks have taken a commanding 16-0 lead.
Hey, lay off my boy there. He's a kicker, man. Give him a break. There we go.
We're going to bring you back a replay of that touchdown here. Ray, tell me what you see.
This is a really well-designed play. As I said before, you stack everybody to the right side. You fake the handoff. You roll out. You have Pimentel come off the line. Nobody picks him up. Touchdown. Let's watch it. Yep. Stack to the right. Ridley, other way. There he is. Done. Well done. And 52 isn't covering too many people on that side.
The beauty and the design of that play was that Pimento came from behind the line of scrimmage and instead of in front of it. Exactly. If he would have ran that through the front of the line of scrimmage, he could have been caught up with all the garbage and the trash there, all that wash. But because he came up behind the line of scrimmage, people treated that either as a trap or they didn't even see him, and he was wide open by himself being covered by number 52, Doro Randall, who is a defensive end linebacker, and a one-on-one when you have a 6'6" tight end, it's going to be a mismatch. Great play design there by the Jersey Sharks coaching staff.
Yeah, and Storego's going to kick off. 2 for 2 on extra points today. I know him. Kid eats me out of house and home, man. I'll tell you. Nobody takes a backseat to him at the dinner table, baby. Tell you that. Let's see how he does. Hey, that's a pretty nice kick.
Great
Keeping it
kickoff.
away.
Now, Dia Smith is going to take that about the 10-yard line. He's going to cut it back across the field to the left-hand side. He's going to have a seam. He's cutting it back to the right-hand side, and finally brought down on the tackle by number 35 of the Jersey Sharks, Adrian McDonald. So now, Ray, it's 16-0 Ducks. We're about halfway. Correction, 16-0 Sharks. We're about halfway through the second quarter.
Yep.
What is your mindset as the Ducks here?
Well, listen, you just keep doing what you're doing and stop turning the ball over. You know, that's really what it comes down to. You had 2 mishandled snaps, and it cost them on 2 nice drives. So they're moving the ball. Their offense is good. They're running the ball well. They're mixing it up well. They're having no problem with their offense. They just got to keep the ball.
Jersey Sharks have done a great job of negating Nadir Smith to only 1 catch. Spread formation, running back behind. Correction, is going to be to the left of Tyreek Smith. 1st and 10. Hard count by the Ducks. Smith with a handoff inside.
Wow, what a cut. Was there a fumble on that play?
No.
Hey, let it go.
That's going to be number 28, Roscoe Bruce on the carry.
Wow.
That's one thing that the Ducks do have. They do have a plethora of running backs. Bruce on the carry there was about a 3-yard pickup. Can bring up 2nd and 7 for the Overbrook Ducks.
You know, I got to tell you, that was a great 3-yard run because he was supposed to go through that hole, saw a man diving through it, and just made a really quick cut to get 3 out of that as opposed to nothing.
Spread formation for the Ducks. 2nd and 7. Smith with the snap, rolling right. Deep shot down the field to number 2. In and out of the hands of Arthur Sanders. That was a pinpoint pass by Smith. Great throw. Sanders was there. He beat his man. And unfortunately, incomplete pass.
Quinte Smith in the area. But, man, I'll tell you what, I know he wants that one back. No doubt about that. That's a huge play. 3rd and long for the Ducks.
3rd and 7. Ball on the 37-yard lines of the Sharks.
It's 3rd down.
Right. Hassan Brockman now at quarterback.
There he goes.
He's going to pull it down. He's going to try to get a little bit something going.
Oh, what a
and that is a great tackle by number 49, Jordan Jones. Previous play almost gave us the big play. Redeems himself there with a great open field tackle on a very slippery Hassan Brockman. He's going to bring up a 4th and about 4 for the Overbrook Ducks.
Tell you what, he made that cut and he just shut him down. I thought for sure in the open field he was going to get that 1st down. That is a very, very difficult tackle. That's well done.
It's decision time here for the Ducks, and they've decided that they're going to go for it here.
Yes, they are.
Down 16-0. It's going to be 4th and 4 at their own 40-yard line.
I don't know, Juan. I'm punting on this. Let's see.
Brockman takes the snap. He's back deep in the pocket. He's looking. He's being rushed by number 10. Number 48 with a great job there. Number 48, Corey Jones coming in from his linebacker position for the sack. And there's flags during the play and possibly after the play.
One is definitely going to be a hold. I'm not sure what the second one's going to be. They have some kind of unsportsmanlike maybe. Let's see. Lou Morrow's not happy about that. I can tell you that. He's all the way out on the field. Well, Lou's a little smaller. Sometimes you go unnoticed there. Yeah. Probably not where they're going after the game, right? Probably not. There we are. Yeah, I think so too. Which will really negate a big play by the Sharks. Could be new life for the Ducks here. Here we are. Wish we had a mic. Oh, he elbowed somebody maybe? Okay. That's the old.
So apparently, as we're trying to interpret,
Could be an old Stan Hansen lariat there, possibly.
let's
see.
Looks like it's going to be offsetting penalties.
Redo, yep.
Redo of the down. 4th and 4. Overbrook Ducks on their own 40-yard line.
There's the hold, yep.
We have unsportsmanlike.
Offsetting personal foul and holding call.
You know, I'm kind of surprised that the personal foul wasn't after the play was over. Must not have been. That's a big offsetting for the Ducks. Sharks would have had the ball deep.
So here we are, Ducks 4th and 4 on their own 40 in a spread formation. Brockman at quarterback, calling signals, receiving the snap. He is looking to his left, looks back to his right, pumping. Got a deep ball down the field. Nadir Smith on the throw and just overthrew Nadir Smith. He had a step on number 2, Quate Nesmith, but was not able to get the ball to him, and the Jersey Sharks are going to get the ball back at the Ducks 40-yard line. Turnover on downs.
Yeah, he may even have had a 2 or 3 step on him. He was absolutely open.
Credit you got to give to the Ducks on that formation. They had great pressure, great protection there.
Tremendous time on that. Yeah, no doubt. But again, this is where you kind of punt the ball. Now you're really up against it. A 3-score lead's hard to come back on.
Sharks take over 1st and 10 at the Ducks 40-yard line.
Yeah. So now you got a short field. You probably still got plenty of time in the quarter.
Right. Sharks have had the pleasure of having some really good field position due to miscues from the Ducks. And now they're once again 40 yards to the end zone. Cabasa's going to come out. Ridley in the backfield. Spread formation.
You going to go for it all here, Juan?
Man, you could take a shot here, but Bass is calling the signals, overlooking the defense.
I like my boy 20 over there. Let's see. See how
going to be a snap. He's looking to the right. He's going to have miscommunication there, and there's going to be an interception with a flip back by the Ducks.
Yep, there was.
That was Richard Williams with the interception for the Ducks. And number 24, Deron Maxwell with the pitchback. But hold on, folks. We've got flags on the field.
I only see one. So this is good news, bad news for the Ducks, right? The good news is you got it back. The bad news is you're going to be inside your own 10.
Ducks will be taking over, but because of that flag, they make it back.
Our crack man Howard Gaber's got a block in the back. I think he's right. There he is.
So that's going to be post turnover, block in the back on the Overbrook Ducks. They will have possession of the ball, but it's going to be 1st and 10 for them at a 1st and 10 approximately looks like the 7-yard line.
Taking over 1st and 10.
Ray, I think this is going to be a huge possession for the Ducks. They need some kind of points here. We're closing in on the end of the second quarter. What do you think the strategy should be here?
I think you start running the football is what you do. They rush for 100 yards a game. That's not by accident. And they've run the ball well today once they've been able to exchange it, of course. Stick problem on the other side.
Huh.
There it goes. Stretch it out, son. There you go. I knew him doing the change would be a bit of a stretch, but, you know. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, not only do you get football games here, but you also get dad jokes.
For all you dads out there.
1st and 10 for the 6 for the Sharks. Brockman still, for the Ducks, correction. Brockman still at quarterback. Taking the handoff. Inside handoff to looks like
done.
number 31. Yep. 21, correction. Shaquille Salmons, and there was a school of sharks once again there, led by the big shark himself, Amir Kofer.
There he is, man. Tell you what, I don't want Amir running after me, man. I get really fast, really quickly, man.
Listen, I've stood next to Amir, and I'm a pretty big guy.
You were that small.
I am dwarfed next to this man. 2nd and 10 for the Ducks on their own 6-yard line. Brockman with a running back to his left, spread formation for the Ducks. We're gonna have a timeout here. Looks like it might be the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning, yes.
2 minutes to go in the first half of this LAL league game. 16-0 Jersey Sharks over the Overbrook Ducks.
Hey, let's talk about a little bit of our sponsors today. Edison Township Police, Edison Cooling and Heating, our friends at Lombardi and Lombardi Attorneys, Team New Jersey Softball, Quality Bath, U.S. Army, and Too Fit Nutrition out there on Avenel Street in Avenel. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Back to Juan de Pena.
Thank you to our sponsors. They are a key component of us being able to bring these broadcasts to you every single week. Back again, Brockman under center. He's back in the shotgun, rolling to his left. He's looking downfield his receiver. He's got one. He's in the end zone. He's got a receiver number 2. That's going to be Arthur Sanders. Nice pitch and catch. Brings the ball out to the 20. First down, Overbrook Ducks.
Yep, Kennedy out there on the tackle along with Corey Jones. Listen, that's how you run around. You create some space and some time. First down, Ducks.
Ducks going hurry up here on their own 18-yard line. Again, that spread formation.
I wouldn't be too anxious to go too fast here, honestly.
And they look like they got him jumping.
They did. Little contact.
Chad Lewis, a little bit.
That'll be against the Sharks.
All right.
Encroachment on the defense, a 5-yard penalty. Also I believe it stops the clock as well for them. 1st and 5 from the 25-yard, correction, the 19-yard line, 25-yard line, excuse me. 24-yard line.
So we'll go with 23. How's that sound? All right, here we go.
Spread formation for the Ducks. Sharks in a too-high safety look. Brockman with the snap. Rolling to his left, looking downfield. Comes out of the pockets, looking out. Dips himself out of bounds at approximately the 31-yard line. First down, Overbrook Ducks. And the clock is stopped once again. Smart move by Brockman getting out of bounds. Approximately 1:30 left in the half.
Hey, pretty nice change at quarterback, huh, Juan?
You know what? I honestly feel like the quarterback wasn't that huge of an issue. Smith played well. Brockman just has a little bit more of an ability to get out of the pocket or a willingness to get out of the pocket and extend the play just a little bit longer.
And strangely enough, he also seems a little bit more patient, too, at the same time. I know that sounds strange, but...
Spread formation for the Ducks here on 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line. Sharks still in that too-high safety look. Brockman with the snap, rolls to his right, cuts it up upfield, keeps looking downfield. He's got a receiver wide open in the middle of the field. That's going to be Arthur Sanders, number 2. He's going to be down.
First down for the Ducks.
First down for the Ducks and a timeout. Eric Marholis on the tackle.
See, little different dimension back there, Juan, now, huh?
Yeah, Ducks with their last time out of the half.
We'll be back. www.goarmy.com. The Army mission is vital to the nation because we are the service capable of defeating enemy ground forces, indefinitely seizing and controlling those things that an adversarial prizes most: its land, its resources, its population. Whether you're interested in the Army Reserve or active duty, there are many. Explore the possibilities, Army careers, and contact an Army recruiter today. GoArmy.com. Beat Navy.
Thank you very much to all the ladies and gentlemen of the United States Army for your services. We greatly appreciate it. Just a quick reset here. 1st and 10 for the Overbrook Ducks on their own 43-yard line, coming out of a timeout. Their last timeout. Brockman under center, moving the ball. Remember, this drive started at the 6-yard line. He's going to be back, looking deep down the field. He's going to roll to his right, comes up into the pocket, avoids a rush, and now he's out into the open field. He turns it up upfield, steps out of bounds. Great block down there to get him a couple of extra yardage.
Oh, we have a little bit of a melee. Flags are down.
A little extracurricular activities. Helmets are coming off.
We got guys from each team grabbing each other's face masks going to the sideline. So
James Bethea.
Yeah.
Motivational speaking.
And you know what? That's a hell of a block to get him loose. He got an extra 5 or 10 yards out of that. I don't know. You got that, Howard, by chance? Oh, flags are still flying.
Some more flags there.
Yeah, let's look and see what happened on this play.
You know what? While the referees sort this out, we're going to go take a quick timeout. We'll be right back.
Stay on top of everything Team New Jersey Softball. Join our newsletter to stay informed about all the latest news and updates at Team New Jersey, and most important, the tourneys you want. Also, one of our other great sponsors, Quality Bath. At Quality Bath, you'll find the largest collection of premium brand name bath, hardware, kitchen, and lighting. With over 25 years' experience in the plumbing industry, Quality Bath has among the industry's most experienced and knowledgeable sales staff. You can reach them at 800-554-3210 or www.qualitybath.com. Thank you, Quality Bath and Team New Jersey Softball. Also, one of our sponsors, Too to Fit Nutrition. Our mission is to build confidence in nutrition. We strive to empower our customers to reach goals and lead healthy lives. We take the latest nutrition science and the expertise of our team and distill it into educational resources and products. Thank you to Fit Nutrition in Avenel, New Jersey.
A quick reset here. It is 16-0 Jersey Sharks over the Overbrook Ducks. The Ducks started this drive right before the 2-minute warning at their own 6-yard line. Now they have the ball at, looks like it's going to be at the Jersey Sharks 43-yard line. Looks like there's going to be a couple of penalties on the field on that last play. Sharks are on their heels a little bit right now. Hassan Brockman has come in to play quarterback for the Overbrook Ducks, and he's been a real difference changer in regards of being able to throw the ball downfield and be able to scramble out of the pocket and pick up those yards, right?
Yeah, what Sharks are going to have to do is they really can't blitz anybody because they're going to really open themselves wide open. What they need to do is to rush for, try to keep him in the pocket. The ends have to sort of close in that gap, and you have to have a spy, maybe a linebacker or somebody. Usually 48, Corey Jones, it kind of might be that guy. And you just can't let him run loose because he's really getting a lot of time back there. So it's kind of a double-edged sword for the Sharks defense. Or a double-edged tooth for the Sharks defense, whichever. I'm not sure which one it is. Here we go.
Offsetting penalties. Brockman back at quarterback. Spread formation for the Ducks. He's going to take the snap. He's looking downfield, rolling to his right to extend the play a little bit. He's got a receiver open, number 11. Stanley Bayless was open, could not connect with him. He's going to bring a second down.
Yeah, he's rolling left on that play. He's got to quickly get his shoulders back and throw the ball. Kind of difficult to do. Pretty decent coverage by Corey Jones on the play for the Sharks.
There's a player on the Overbrook Ducks that we've not called his name at all this afternoon. However, he is a big component of what they do offensively. That's going to be number 15, Arthur Perron. Right now is lined up as a tight end. He is a jack of all trades, a gadget knife, if you will. If I'm the Sharks, I'm paying attention to the fact that he may be coming out from the tight end position on the seam route here and possibly extending the drive. Ducks are once again out in this spread formation. Brockman back at quarterback, doing a sensational job of moving the ball downfield. Brockman's back to pass, looking to his left. He feels that pressure from Marholis, rolls to his right, avoids another tackle, avoids 2 more tackles, 3 more tackles, cuts it back across the field. He's making a lot of plays.
And it's all coming back.
He made a sensational job of getting himself back across the field, and unfortunately, it looks like this is going to be called back.
So, can you say elusive? Is there a bigger word than that?
I can say elusive. Wow. I don't know if I can spell it. ELUSIVE. Thank you very much, North Bergen and William Patterson University Education. However, that is going to be a big, big, big play.
Yeah, when you reverse field like that, you always worry about that coming back.
Right, and that's one of the things in the rules that people don't understand. That is that if you're not blocking towards your end zone, it's considered an illegal block. Back in the day, you used to be able to come back and crack back on these guys and just take their heads clean off, and it was good. Now that block has got to be either sideline to sideline or it's got to be facing your end zone, the end zone that you're going towards.
Well, sure, it was good from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to understand why you feel that way.
Listen,
I'm not sure if I'm the offensive guy. I'm not thrilled about it. Yeah.
Listen,
There it is.
I've unfortunately have had a couple of those in my career, and those are never fun because you never see them coming, and it's always a guy who's smaller than you that ends up hitting you that way. And
these guys seek that out, man. They're just looking for that one opportunity.
Oh yeah, you have no idea. It's like win the Super Bowl, be MVP of the Super Bowl, and blindside block, decleat a guy who's 2 times bigger than you. It's in their wish list. But with that penalty is going to bring the Sharks, the Ducks, all the way back to their own 44-yard line. It's going to be a 15-yard penalty. It's going to be 2nd and 25 from their own 44-yard line, and any momentum that they have in this drive has automatically just gone. So now Brockman has come up with a humongous play to try to get that momentum back, or the Sharks are going to be going into halftime with a 16-0 lead.
You know what? He's trying to make a play, right? I mean, that's what you're trying to do. And he is elusive, man. Boy, oh boy.
Spread formation again for the Ducks, running back to the left-hand side of Brockman. Brockman takes a snap. He's looking downfield, looking at receivers in the practice.
Time.
He's got great time by his lineman. Great job. He slips out of one, throws on the run. Great pitch and catch to number 16, Nadir Smith. That's one of their big-time receivers. And now it becomes a manageable 3rd and 11, 3rd and 10.
Now we got the penalty yardage back
from the Sharks' 44-yard line. And we've said, it's back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
Now the referees are motioning a time, of course, from here. I'm not quite sure. I didn't have the.
Okay. Sharks are calling a timeout here, and they're going to try to regroup themselves.
Yeah, you sure that's timeout, Sharks? I know we said they didn't have any, but there's no reason for the Sharks to call that. I mean, no, doesn't look like it.
Well, Ray, let me ask you this, Ray. With everything that's going on right now, would you play back and just defend the passing yardage, or are you going to try to bring pressure to Brockman if you're the Sharks?
You can't bring pressure on him. You're setting yourself up for a big-time play. You just can't. He's too elusive. You're just going to have to let him sit back there and just see if he can pick out guys. That's what you need to do. He's not really proven he can do that yet. I would just absolutely make him throw the football. You're going to have to, because you're going to send 5 or 6 guys. Boy, oh boy, if he breaks loose, you're going to give up a big one.
Right. The one thing is that if you're sending that many guys, 9 out of 10 times you are going to be a man coverage and you're exposing yourself one-on-one.
Exactly.
And all he has to do is find that one-on-one guy, and it may be 60 other way.
Also, the other thing is if you're sending all your guys deep, there's nobody underneath to get him. That's the main problem. He's running free in the secondary.
Spread formation for the Ducks.
Well, we got
Brockman
guys,
back.
you think our guys are deep enough back there for the Sharks?
There's going to be a fumble on that ball.
I think that's the last play.
Big Amir Kofer on the fumble recovery. And that's how we're going to end the first half
Exactly it.
with the 3rd turnover for the Overbrook Ducks on a drive that had a lot of promise and ends up once again in a turnover. So just to recap, 16-0 Jersey Sharks over the Overbrook Ducks. The Overbrook Ducks will receive the ball in the second half. And it's going to be a humongous drive to start off the second half, right? We're going to take a break here. The United States Army Recruiting is going to be sponsoring our halftime. We'll see you back in the third quarter, folks.
Why are you moving? Why are you moving? Huh? Huh? Huh?
This is Army Boot Camp. Before they join the United States Army, all recruits have to graduate from a 22-week program known as One Station Unit Training, also known as OSIT. It happens here at Fort Benning, a 182,000-acre military installation that straddles the Alabama-Georgia border about 100 miles southwest of Atlanta. Every year, more than 18,000 soldiers graduate before joining the more than 470,000 people actively serving in the Army.
13, 14, 15.
Although most of the recruits that we saw during our time there were male, recruits trained together in gender-integrated platoons.
These young men and women that volunteer to serve, they show up to us as civilians, and then we take them through a transformative process to turn them into soldiers.
You just go to position of attention, and you stay in position of attention.
On a rain-soaked week in February, we spent 4 days inside the Army's Maneuver Center of Excellence, which trains soldiers to serve in the infantry and armor branches. We saw different companies at various stages of training. On day 1, new infantry recruits on a bus from the Atlanta airport arrive at the 30th AG Battalion headquarters, where all new recruits are received.
Listen up! You only got one to hear from you at this point is yes, drill sergeant, no drill sergeant. You understand? Yes, drill sergeant! When I tell you, you will pass your folders to the front!
The minimum age to enlist in the Army is 17, and the maximum age is 35. The base salary for an entry-level private is about $20,000 a year.
Let's go! 30 seconds! Hurry up, find your bag!
Once they're off the bus, the first order of business is establishing the code of conduct.
Because I promise you, if you don't pay attention to what I'm about to tell you, you're going to make your Army career very short. You treat everybody with dignity and respect, regardless of race, religion, color, national origin, gender, sexual orientation, and all other protected categories. Yes? Yes, Drill Sergeant! Sexual assault is any unwanted physical contact in a sexual nature. So if you put your hands on another individual and you're not instructed to, or you're not saving their life, and they file a sexual assault, and it comes down that you put your hands on this individual when you weren't supposed to, that is going to be on you. You will get kicked out of the military, and then you'll probably have to file as a registered sex offender. Do you understand? Yes,
Before they go inside, the new recruits learn some basic commands and standing positions.
Training time! Everyone look down at their toes. You should be able to fit a slice of pizza in between your toes. If you look around, they're going to see you, because you're taller than everyone else! Quickly! One last lift, Eric. Move your feet. Grab one and go. It's all the same.
The recruits grab the snack that's waiting for them inside, consisting of a fruit cup, sunflower seeds, a granola bar, and a juice box.
Watch the video. Remain silent.
Since 1775, the Army has been the bearer of our nation's strength in every crisis or conflict. Make no mistake about it, the journey you are embarking upon will not be easy. But you wouldn't be here if we didn't think you couldn't meet the challenge.
Listen up, your last 4 year social.
After being welcomed, recruits begin what's known as processing, which can take 1 to 2 weeks before their actual training begins.
In a little bit, we'll give you a period to go in a room by yourself.
First, they're given one last chance to discreetly dispose of prohibited contraband, like drugs, alcohol, tobacco, and inappropriate photographs.
If any photo you possess on your phone is less than a bathing suit, you will not have it. You will delete them all.
Recruits get rid of contraband in an amnesty room, where they dispose of it by throwing it down a metal chute.
Is anybody confused on what you can and cannot have?
The next morning, the recruits report to the barber shop, where one barber has worked at Fort Benning for almost 60 years.
I've been here ever since 1963. That's a long time. I should have been retired a long time ago, but I wake up in the morning now, I be wanting to come out here and go to work.
Recruits are issued uniforms. They receive a series of immunizations and vaccines, and get their official photo taken, along with myriad housekeeping details that fill up their 1 to 2 week stay in processing.
Hey, sit up straight.
That is until processing ends, and the time for training finally arrives.
Let's go. Grab your bags and go.
We found a company of recruits about to begin training in the armor school.
Those are bridle.
These recruits are about to be picked up and taken to their barracks, where they'll reside for the rest of their training.
Let's go. You guys are going to the front bus. Go.
This is the last chance for recruits to change their minds before training begins, like one recruit who decided to stay behind. This short bus ride from processing to their new barracks will be the most peaceful moments these recruits will experience for a while. What happens next is known as the shark attack.
Run! Run! At no time will you walk! You will run! Everyone you freaking go! Go! Run! Run! They say what? Get your bags up right now! Get your bags up! This way! Let's go! You're a tough guy! Don't move! Do something! Do something! That's what I thought! How do you still not understand this? He just said it!
Well, it's really just a little shock to the system so we can break them down to build them back up. We're breaking a lot of habits from the civilian world, and nothing better than a little shock to the system to establish that that drill sergeant is in charge to let us start our training.
Pick up your bag and hold it!
The recruits spend much of the shark attack holding their heavy rucksacks above their heads,
Over your head!
which takes a physical toll.
Why is that so difficult? You can't pick that bag up. You decided to join the army and you can't pick that bag up.
Right side bag, right side bag, right side bag.
After about 20 minutes, the intensity begins to subside, and the drill sergeant's tone changes
We only produce the best soldiers in the United States Army.
before training officially begins. After the shock and awe of the shark attack, things do appear to calm down.
Is it a video?
It's a movie.
Movie, yeah. Alpha 347.
I always wanted to be a star.
We found this group of infantry soldiers in week 11 of their training, practicing on the firing range. The mood was much more relaxed,
Try to get 8 up on my level.
and their conversations with their drill sergeants are conducted at normal volumes. like when this drill sergeant educated the recruits on the meaning of the military expression, "ate up."
Is a piece of ate up gum good? You don't want something that's ate up, right? You want something fresh. You break the seal, it smells like olive oil, right? Okay.
That dynamic changes because we want the soldiers to become more critical thinkers. At that point, we are turning into more coaches and mentors. We dial it back a little bit, so we don't want them frightened. We want them to be comfortable and in a state of mind that is receptive to learning and performing at that level.
Up to 241 hours of infantry OSIT are devoted to marksmanship, where recruits fire about 2,500 rounds using the M4 carbine, as well as the M249 squad automatic weapon, or SAW.
We create lethality. We create expert marksmen at their individual weapons because as an infantry soldier, that's what we're asking them to do.
Recruits get one of the most painful parts of training out of the way early.
Once we check your seal, you will not touch your ProMat.
This group of infantry recruits was exposed to CS gas, or tear gas, in week 1 of their training.
You're going to continue to file in until we tell you to stop. You're going to place your back against the wall.
The recruits spend about 5 minutes inside the gas hut. Upon exiting the gas hut, the recruits are told to flap their arms like birds to remove excess gas from their uniforms. According to a drill sergeant, the effects of the gas begin to wear off after about 4 minutes. Some training moves indoors, like combatives, where recruits learn hand-to-hand self-defense tactics.
We're trying to teach them to achieve a dominant body position. So get out of one negative position and then switch roles so they end up having the upper hand in a fight.
During combatives training, recruits warm up with a particularly painful-looking exercise, referred to as the EO. While laying on their backs, they have to engage their core to wiggle across the entire room.
They use their momentum, shoulder blades, their core to help them create space, warm up the body.
Recruits work up a major appetite during training. But Fort Benning is big, and they're not always within range of the dining facility. When they're training in the field, recruits are issued MREs, which stands for Meal Ready to Eat. Each comes with an entree, like this vegetarian pasta with taco sauce, along with an assortment of items like mixed fruit, an energy bar, and this instant French vanilla cappuccino. Recruits just add water, shake it up, and enjoy. Once they're fortified, recruits return to their training. Recruits spend up to 60 hours in training known as MOUT, which stands for Military Operations in Urban Terrain.
Door left, door left. One man calls door left.
Infantrymen are expected to fight in different types of terrain and survive and win the fight. Right now, they are getting their first taste of what that's like in an urban environment.
Rolling T. All right, coming up.
In operations across Afghanistan, Iraq, we are conducting clearance operations, and it's applicable wherever we go.
Boom.
It's important for the future soldiers' muscle memory because they are working as a team with minimal communication, and they have to understand how that coordination works together.
Do it again.
Welcome back, folks. Second half of this LAL game. Jersey Sharks up 16-0 on the Overbrook Ducks. Big plays by the Sharks, big turnovers by the Ducks is the story of this game. Ray, what do you think about the second half?
Well, you're absolutely right on that. I think the Sharks are going to have to continue to do what they're doing on defense by rushing 4, continue to run their offense. And listen, the Ducks moving it up and down, but like you said, turnovers, man. That's the great equalizer or the great killer, depending on which side of the ball you're on.
Storigo's up to kick, the kickoff for the Sharks. Back deep for the Overbrook Ducks is going to be, looks like number 16, Nadir Smith, and number 24, Deron Maxwell. Sharks are ready. Ducks are ready. Referees are kind of ready. Sticks are not ready.
Almost. There we go.
Calling for the sticks. Once again, sticks.
You know, I was able to go down.
And we got a whistle.
Nope, I'll tell you that story later. And we have the kickoff. Great boot by Storigo.
Yeah, not real good.
At the 23-yard line by Idea Smith. He's up the middle of the field. Avoid a couple of tackles. He's breaking it to the left-hand side. He's got a convoy of players with him. He's up the sideline. He's still at the 30, at the 25. Crosses field. One man, couple men to beat, and finally brought down by the Sharks at the 11 or 12-yard lines of the Sharks, and that is exactly what the Overbrook Ducks needed to start off the second half.
Absolutely. That's a tremendous run, and it all starts with the short corner kick. He takes that sucker all the way to the other side of the field and all the way back down the middle. That's a great run.
And again, the Ducks have been shooting themselves in the foot all game. Personally, I feel like both teams are very equal talent, equal execution. The difference has been in this game has been the 3 turnovers in the first half by the Overbrook Ducks. But this is a great start for the Overbrook Ducks deep inside the red zone against the Jersey Sharks.
We call this golden opportunity.
Absolutely.
Here we go.
Looks like Brockman is going to still be at quarterback. He had a very good first half passing the ball. Perone is going to be in the slot on the bottom of your screen. Inside handoff to number 28, Roscoe Bruce.
Getting two and a half.
Looks about 2 or 2.5 yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 8 on the 10-yard line for the Overbrook Ducks. What would you do here if you're the Sharks?
I'm going to continue to pound the football, to be honest with you. I think that's what. I'm sorry. I thought you said for the Ducks. Sharks, just continue doing what you're doing. You know, you short goal line defense.
Spread offense. He's got Nadir Smith, his best receiver, up at the top of the screen, one-on-one coverage. Inside handoff to number 28, Roscoe Bruce. Breaks it up the middle. Great job on that run. A touchdown-saving tackle by number 48, Corey Jones. It's going to be first and goal at the 2-yard line. The Ducks are now cooking with fire, and they are smelling the end zone.
Cooking ducks, huh, one? All right.
Roscoe Bruce into the backfield with Brockman. Sharks are coming hot. Inside handoff to Bruce. He is going to be stood up at the line of scrimmage and get nothing. The ball comes free.
Pretty good swarm, Juan. Yep. By the center of that defense.
Great defensive stand led there by number 33, Deshaun Lewis, the middle linebacker for the Sharks.
Now, Juan, you're a defensive guy. It does get tougher down here for the offense, doesn't it?
Well, it gets tougher because you have a limited amount of space to work in. So you either have to have a strong offensive line that's going to reestablish the line of scrimmage, or you're going to have a lot of combination routes inside the end zone where you're going to only have one read. And that's where it becomes a little complicated.
Second and goal.
Second and goal. They've got their big back, number 25 up. Elijah Clark.
Ducks were not happy about something. Timeout, Ducks. We'll be back.
I think that I'll keep loving you way past 65.
Yo, you wanna meet me at the bar?
Yeah.
Yo, you wanna meet me at the lounge?
Yeah.
Yo, you wanna meet me in the club?
Imagine a world where everyone is vaccinated and your grandparents can live their best lives. Again, get vaccinated. Be there. This is your shot.
I think that I'll keep loving you way past 65.
So for those of you who've never been on the 60s rock and romance cruise, that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
I like to personally thank Howard for the home footage of his last vacation.
Home movies from Howard. Attaboy. Hey, listen, folks. Get vaccinated, all right? Please.
Back to the action. Elijah Clark in the backfield. 2nd and goal. Snap to Hop Brockman. Brockman outside, and he is met by a ton of Sharks. Doesn't look like it was a well-designed play there. It was going to be a naked bootleg to Brockman. Brockman ran to the left-hand side and met with a bunch of Sharks that did not fall for the inside handoff.
Yeah, well, Kennedy blows that play up, and honestly, if I'm there, that's where my eyes are. There's no question.
That's going to be number 3, Darrell Kennedy Jr., a young superstar on this defense. Plays outside linebacker, plays inside linebacker, can play safety, can play corner. He's a key component of this defense and a key component on that play. It's going to be 3rd and goal at the 3-yard line for the Ducks. Big opportunity here. Number 52 now is in the backfield.
Guess where they're running?
That's going to be Darrell Randall.
Here he comes.
I see this maybe being a lead.
For the QB?
Yes, sir.
I agree with you. Oh, looked like a little false start. I guess not. Oh, and a throw. Oh, nice play. He's got it. Touchdown.
They ran the same play that they ran before, but this time they leaked out number 25, Elijah Clark. Going to be a penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't blow that dead. It
looks like the Sharks were playing with Canadian rules with 12 men on the field. That's going to be a huge penalty for them.
No, it's against the Ducks. It'll be against the Ducks. Illegal participation?
I stand correct. I meant the Ducks. Illegal participation.
Howard, in my ear. Thank you, Howard. I think you're right. I think that is loss of down. Yep. He's going to flip it over. Boy, talk about huge. Oh, my goodness.
It's going to be
shooting himself on the foot again. Boy, or
4th and goal.
Or in the web, whichever.
Yeah. 4th. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I don't get paid enough for the dad jokes, Howard.
Yeah.
4th.
Flipper time again. Yeah. For those of you singing the flipper theme, I got you.
4th and 8.
Thank you.
For the Ducks as they're in the huddle.
Boy, that changes everything now, doesn't it? Now you're 4th and 8.
Correction. 4th and goal from the 8.
Yep. Well, we're back to 3rd again.
3rd down. Oh.
I thought it was less down too, Howard. I was with you. Yeah. All right.
So it's going to be 3rd and 8. 3rd and goal from the 8-yard line.
Yeah. Howard's going to tell us, then we're going to tell you.
Roscoe.
All right.
Roscoe Bruce in the backfield with Brockman. Sharks have a ton of people up at the line of scrimmage. They're anticipating run here. Sharks are bringing pressure. Brockman was able to avoid Nesmith.
Goodness.
Great throw. Great catch.
But hold on. We have a flag down in the end zone. Let's see what that's all about.
As of now, it looks like Arthur Sanders has a touchdown.
Wow. Man, did he have him lined up? Whoop, gone. Wow.
It's going to be penalty on the defense. Obviously, the offense will decline. At least we think.
Hang on, folks. Yeah. They're not. Oh, boy.
It's going to be
it is holding
defensive holding.
Decline.
Penalties decline. Touchdown will stand.
Very nice. You got that one, Howard, don't you? Wow,
Brockman to Sanders.
Someone blitz off the corner, man, had him dead. So much for that. Wow, what a play.
Nesmith had him dead to rights on that corner blitz.
Yeah, and
now we're going for in this league, this is a one-point conversion.
This is the one-point conversion, yes. And, of course, advantage to the team with kickers, right?
Absolutely.
So, here we go.
Aren't you glad the Sharks have your son, huh?
Well, me too. I was sharked when they called, but...
Roscoe Bruce, jeez. Roscoe Bruce in the backfield. Brockman to the pass. He's going to roll out to the right, to the left.
He's a problem, man. Did he get his feet
down? And
yes.
Number 7 there with a great catch in the back of the end zone. Makes it 16-7.
Actually, we do is Jared Hines is who it is.
Jared Hines.
Jared Hines, the wide receiver. I talked with Jared at halftime.
There you go.
So I guess you could say the Ducks went to Jared, right?
Oh, boy.
Yes, they did. Here we go. What? Folks, watch this blitz off the corner. He just jukes him and leaves him flat. This is beautiful. Look at this. Oh, right there. Oh, my word. Little shake to the inside. Finds his man. That's beautiful.
And you want number 9
Wow.
is Hannibal Ray. Great coverage. Keyshawn Hannibal Ray with great coverage on that play. Just a better throw and even a sensational catch, trying to get that ball down and keep his feet in
Oh,
bounds.
nice job getting his feet down. All right, so here we are. Good field position for the Ducks. They cash in. We're at 16-7.
Right. The thing is, though, now with the rules that are set up here in the LAL, 16-7, there's still 2 scores down.
That's
so
correct.
they have to stop the Sharks here from moving the ball and getting extra points on the board. Now, remember, again, because we have Anthony Storigo with the Sharks, field goals come into play for the Sharks. So a field goal here will make it 19-7 and a 12-point lead at minimum if they do that. If they score again,
convert at least once, correct?
right?
Yes.
If they score again,
Yeah.
and now you make it a 24-7 lead.
To a 3-score game. Yeah. That's
It's so it's a big defensive
It is.
stand here for the Overbrook Ducks.
It is. Well, listen, the Ducks did what they needed to do, right? They got the big kickoff return. They managed to punch it in the end zone. And I'll tell you what, Sharks are going to have their hands full on defense. Don't kid yourself. This is a new ball game. We got Saru deep. Oh, nice kick. 8-yard line.
Good return by the
Oh, boy.
Sharks. He's up the middle of the field, and they're going to bring it out to about their own 39-yard line. And Manny Cabasa and the Sharks offense goes to work with some very good field positions.
Yeah, nice return on that play by Ali out of the University of Pittsburgh. Shout out to the Panthers. All right, Shark ball. Second half, let's see if they can pick up where they left off.
The one thing that's been working for Cabasa has been across the middle of the field on these drags and these post routes with Siro and with Fisher. I think if I'm Cabasa, that's where I'm looking. And then once we kind of soften up the defense a little bit, expose the run, and just keep pounding inside with the run.
Yeah.
You know, this is something that I think that the Sharks can exploit. The pass rush for the Ducks, which is known to be very good, has been relatively quiet today. The offensive line for the Jersey Sharks has done a great job of containing that pass rush.
And you know what? Fisher's only had 2 balls gone his way, caught 1. They need to get him in the game. He's the league's best receiver.
Cabasa takes a snap, fakes it. It's got number 9.
Oh, that's great
looks
coverage.
like Paul Ioannidis,
Oh,
number 9. Great coverage on the sideline by the Ducks.
Pass incomplete. That'll bring up second down.
That's going to be O.C. Norris, number 00 on the coverage there. Great job by him.
Listen, you can't play it any better than that. I know Coach Lou wants a flag, but he used his body to basically box him out of that play. Kind of pushed him right out of bounds, used the sideline. That's just a great play. You'll never, ever get a flag on that.
Listen, there's very few quarterbacks in this league or in any league who's going to make that a completion because of the tight window you have to put it in.
Exactly.
Great job by the Ducks. 2nd and 10 for the Ducks here. 40-yard line of the Sharks. Correction, 2nd and 10 for the Sharks on their own 40-yard line. Cabasa in the backfield, spread formation.
Maybe a little handoff here.
He's going to take the snap. He's going to look right. He's going to see his receiver, Fisher, wide open in the middle of the field. Completion to about the Ducks' 49-yard lines. That's going to be enough for a first down. Once again, 7-20. That's going to be a connection that you're going to hear a lot this year.
Find the seam and back of the linebackers in front of the corners and safeties. They have that little gap, that little window. There it is.
That's one of the things with Fisher when he runs his routes. He's very patient when it comes to running his routes. He knows exactly where to find that little hole in the zone, and he gets there.
And he's incredibly efficient as well.
1st and 10 on the 49 for the Jersey Sharks. Overbrook Ducks playing a single high safety coverage. Offset eye for the Sharks. Bassett takes a snap. Handoff to number 29, Raheem Ridley.
Ah, look at my boy.
Nice,
Here he goes.
nice run by Raheem Ridley, chewing up some yards. Going to bring the ball down to about the 43-yard line of the Sharks. Going to be the Ducks, excuse me. Going to be 2nd and 4.
There is that veteran back.
And number 32, Juan Rozier from Shaw University on the tackle for the Ducks.
Raheem Ridley keeping those legs moving, hitting the hole, getting a nice 6-7 yard gain.
One of the things that Raheem has done that's helped him out is he was a much bigger back in his younger days, and he's leaned out, he's trimmed down a little bit, worked more on his speed and explosiveness, and you're starting to see it here where he's becoming a little bit more of a downhill runner instead of trying to be a bruiser.
Well, when you turn 44, that's what you got to do.
2 receivers to the top, offset eye, Cabasa in the backfield.
Maybe go back to it, huh? No.
Inside handoff.
Very nice.
Wow. Inside handoff to Kelvin White, number 40, and he is met immediately.
He absolutely is.
By a group of Ducks for a loss there. Looks like about a loss of 3. Going to be 3rd and 8 for the Sharks at the Ducks' 48-yard line.
Like Juan Rozier on the play, 32. And they're pumped after that play. You can hear them from up here. All right, big down here for the Ducks. Big down for the Sharks.
Absolutely.
3rd and 8.
Sharks need to convert here. And then you got to think, if you get anywhere close to those sticks, do you go for it here?
Well, you'd be around the 40-yard line or so, yeah. Well, let's see. I'm looking for something quick. I'm looking for Giroux, 16 again. Just drag him over the middle.
Spread formation for Cabasa. He's got running back to his left.
There he is,
Ridley
right
in the
there.
pass block. Screen pass to Ridley.
Oh, boy.
And a little bit too much. Great design on that play. Ridley's not known as a pass catcher.
And can you tell he's not happy?
You can hear it from here. But a great design play. Again, in every passing situation, Ridley usually is in as a blocker. And on this one, he was able to squirt out into the flat. Unfortunately, Cabasa put a little bit too much on that. If he catches that clean, he might have a first down.
Yeah, really can't be too hard on himself, and that was a tough one. That's a tough play. Well, chance for the Sharks to pin him deep. Let's see if we have a clean snap here.
Junior Jean is standing on his own 40-yard line, the punter, number 8 for the Jersey Sharks. Back deep. Back deep for the Overbrook Ducks is going to be number 16, Nadir Smith. Refs are going to whistle the play off.
That'll cost them 5. Let's see what the Whitehead has. So, yeah, a little procedure. Yep.
False start against the Sharks. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the kick.
So we have a 5-yard penalty on the Jersey Sharks procedural. It's going to make it 4th and long.
Yeah, more room to kick, Harry. You may be in the NFL, it gives them more room to kick, but not here, pal.
Jean with a nice clean kick. Looks like it might have been tipped.
Yeah, maybe. Looks like it could.
Ball's going to bounce.
Nice bounce. Oh, look at
Takes
this.
a great bounce for the Sharks. And the ball's going to be finally down at the Ducks' 23-yard line on a punt that looked like someone might have gotten a hand on it. It took a fortuitous bounce for the Sharks. And now the Ducks will start off on their own 23-yard line.
But you see, if you're receiving that one, you can see by the spin on the ball there, you may want to step up and catch that one. But, in traffic, some guys don't want to do it. Right. Fair catch works.
So now, Ray, let me ask you this question.
Yep.
You're the Ducks. So far, your run game has worked pretty okay.
Yep.
Brockman has made some time back there to throw the ball well, and he's found some receivers. He's starting to get a rhythm. Do you keep him in his rhythm and keep throwing the ball, or do you not try to slow this game down a little bit and keep the Sharks defense on the field a little bit longer than you want them to?
I think what you do is you keep doing what you've done on the last 2 drives, even though the one failed at the end of the half on a block in the back penalty. That's what you got to do. It's working for them, and he's dangerous. He really is. He's got the Shark defense on their heels because you can't blitz, and he just jukes by guys, which gives him a lot of time. And he's constantly looking downfield even when he's running.
He is a spitting image of his father, Hassan Brockman Sr., who played for the Central Penn Piranha. He was a guy that was a nightmare for most people, and his son is a chip off the old block. He's going to have 2 receivers to the top of his screen. He's going to take the snap here. Inside handoff. Looks like to number 21, Shaquille Salmons. A moderate pickup, about 4 yards. Going to be 2nd and 6 for the Overbrook Ducks at their own around 28.
And nice tackle in there by Pimentel. You know, he always fills up the stat sheet. Well, win for the Ducks on first down, huh? 4 yards?
I mean, listen, that defense, the defensive line for the Jersey Sharks is a very talented defensive line. And the Ducks are now starting to take advantage of that a little bit.
They sure are, because they've been on the field so long. That's the problem for the Sharks. That defense has been out there. As you said, time of possession.
Once again, a handoff by Brockman. Looks like it was to the up back, number 33, James Russo. Russo's going to be just short of the first down. It's about 3rd and 3.
A lot of Sharks getting off the pile on that one. Well,
it's going to be 3rd and 3 at looks about the 32, 33 yard line.
It's 3rd down.
All right, here we go.
All right. 3rd and 3 here for the Ducks.
Running here, Juan. It's working.
Got Russo as the up back.
There it is.
Another handoff right to
down and
number
more.
21. And he's gone. He's going to be running. Smith has got one guy to beat.
He's going to run out of steam. Yep, he did.
That is a sensational run by number 21, Shaquille Salmons. And just like we spoke of before, they're now starting to attack that defensive line of the Jersey Sharks. Big time run by number 21, Shaquille Salmons.
That's why I said you just keep on pounding them. That's what's working. That's the ticket for these teams. What a nice play downfield by Quante Naismith to save the touchdown. Real nice.
And now here we are again. The Overbrook Ducks are inside the Sharks' red zone. 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line.
So finally the Ducks get they get a chunk play. Actually, 2 of them. You got the kickoff return, and you got that run. Chunk plays.
1st and 10.
And this game right now, if the Ducks score here, we've got ourselves a game. So the Sharks are going to have to buckle down here and limit them. Not sure if the Ducks have a kicker.
I don't think they do.
Going to be another inside handoff to number 28, Roscoe Bruce. Bruce has had himself a nice, decent game today.
33 on the play for the Sharks.
Deshaun Lewis with a great tackle there.
Yep. And actually, he might have been able to cut that. There's a little holder to the left. He might have been any.
All right.
Gotcha.
The 2nd and 6 for the Overbrook Ducks.
Sharks defense got to dig in here, man. The Ducks are on the roll.
Brockman has brought a little bit of energy into this offense.
Big time.
You've got number 33 and number 28, Bruce, in the backfield.
Ducks got to stay clean here. Right up the gut. Gets a few more.
Number 33, keep churning. That's going to be James Russo.
You're going to have 3rd and short.
I'll finally stop. That'll bring up 3rd and some.
About 3 yards, maybe?
Looks like 3rd and 3 there. And a great run by Russo. Low center of gravity, churning his legs, getting those extra yards.
That's the quarter, boys. Let's see. Yeah, it looks that way.
And it looks like we're going to be ending the 3rd quarter here. Sharks 16, Ducks driving 7. We'll be right back with the 4th quarter.
Should have listened.
Excuse me?
You should have listened to Grandpa and called Edison Heating and Cooling. You know you can always trust Edison to take care of our cooling needs. They would have given us a premier air conditioning system that actually worked. And with their reliable service, I wouldn't be here with my head in the fridge.
Okay, I'll give Edison Heating and Cooling a call.
Did you tell her?
I think she got the message.
Edison Cooling and Heating. At Edison Cooling and Heating, we're able to provide you with the seasoned technicians that have been expertly trained to inspect and repair any HVAC system in Edison, New Jersey. Check them out at info@edisonhvac.com. or old-fashioned by phone, 732-372-4957. Well, Juan, we are about 15 yards from Old Mo officially having totally swung in this game. In fact, we're about 8 yards away, actually.
You know what? This quarter's been dominated by the Ducks doing big plays. They've kept the offense of the Sharks off the field in the third quarter.
They've had the ball the entire quarter, just about. The Sharks, I think, have had one drive.
Right. And now here is, like I said before, a big series for the Ducks. If they score here and they get the 1-point conversion, it makes it a 16-14 game.
It does.
And now the Ducks, again, have to get into the end zone, score quickly, and hold off the combination of Cabasa to Fisher or Cabasa to Sereau.
And you know, when the Sharks get the ball coming back, they really need to move the football, scoring or not scoring, because this defense, that Shark defense is, you notice that line push is getting greater and greater for the Ducks as we go. That's why they've been running the football.
And they've been running a lot behind number 75, Marquis Slocum.
Here we go. Game changer here, play.
Elijah Clark in the backfield, so is Roscoe Bruce.
Well,
looks like Brockman might have got him on a hard count there.
Maybe.
Get those cheap yards.
Let's see. Yeah, but the thing is, everybody moved. It makes me wonder. Yeah. Yeah, put the hands on the hips, right?
And it looks like it's going to be enough for a first down.
Should be. Wait, it's actually half the distance. Maybe not. Well, I guess it is.
It's going to be a first down.
Yeah.
First and
eight
goal.
To the 4. There we go.
First and goal to the 4.
Wow.
So now this Ducks offense has 4 chances inside the 4-yard line to score.
Again, clean execution for the Ducks. Clean.
You got Sammons who had the big run in the backfield as well as Elijah Clark. Brockman makes some adjustments. Handoff is going to go to Sammons.
Oh, nice play from underneath. Who was that? 25 for the Sharks? Nice job. Go ahead. You can tackle that name again.
Marmolejos
That's the one. Yep.
And Lewis on the tackle there.
That's it.
It's going to be a short gain, about a 1. Be second and goal.
You know, he made a nice play on that because there was a hole there.
There was a great hole there.
There was a hole.
They closed it up very quickly.
They did. Yep. Can't run without legs.
Going to need those big guys up front for the Sharks. Number 44, Chad Lewis, and number 97, Amir Kofer, to make some plays.
Or at least get some penetration, change the play.
They also have number 10, James Bethea, inside as well.
He did. Free play here coming. Well, listen, he had nothing to lose, right? It's a free play.
It was a free play. Great pressure there by number 13, German Pimentel.
Yep. So you'll have half the distance.
Half the distance is going to bring it down to about the 3-yard line.
Well, bring about the 1.5, actually. We'll call it the 2, Howard, sure.
All sides against the Sharks.
Wow.
Half the distance to the goal, repeat second down.
Second and goal.
Where is that? Where is that ball? Wow. Yes.
Second and goal. Overbrook Ducks on the Sharks 2-yard line.
For those of you at home, look at the guy on the sideline. Underneath the down marker. That's right. All right. A little easier for the Ducks.
Darrell Randall is the up back there. Big back. Got a feeling they're going to follow him into the end zone.
Oh, boy. That didn't look real smooth.
Great job by the Sharks defense.
Hey, that defense is pumped up.
Great job by the Sharks defense on reading that and taking that out.
Yep.
It's going to be third and goal.
Yep, 33 once again. Deshaun Lewis called him a lot out of Centerville, huh?
May have been a loss of yards there.
May have been. That's good penetration. Well done.
3rd and 3.
Well done.
3rd and 3.
We gonna roll this way and throw again? The other touchdown pass?
Well, now remember, that's what they did the last
That's
time.
what I'm saying.
The Sharks are right now selling out on the run. Brockman may have an opportunity with a play-action pass here. Randall is in the backfield as the up back. Number 21, Shaquille Salmons, is the running back. Spread formation. Brockman's looking to pass. He rolls to his right. Pimento's on the chase. Great job by Pimento keeping that.
He does not have the corner.
Great job by the Sharks defense. German Pimento cut off that angle, and then a host of Sharks came in and cleaned that up.
Yeah, Faulkner cleaned that up big time.
Charles Faulkner from my hometown of Carteret, New Jersey.
Actually leading the league in tackles with 22, 17 solo.
Excellent young man.
Wow. Now here it is.
Big play here. 4th and goal from the 4-yard line from the Ducks. Remember, this drive started at 1st and goal from the 2. So the Sharks have not only held their ground, but they've pushed back a little bit. Huge play here for the Ducks.
It is a huge play. But listen, all is not lost. You leave them on the 4. Not the worst thing that could happen, but you certainly want to punch it in.
It just seems like the Sharks, everything the Ducks try to do, the Sharks have been able to answer here down on the goal line.
Well, at least since they've gotten deep, yes. We got to time out somebody. Up.
Officials timeout here.
Or he's got something on his shoulders. There we are.
There's been officials timeout.
Think they'll go to the monitor on this, Howard, or not? Oh, all right.
So just
all right, Juan. I know you're a defensive guy, but what are you going to do here? You have to roll him out somewhere, right?
Listen, as a defensive guy, here's what I'm keying on. I'm keying on the fact that when they came out into that formation, they had number 16, Nadir Smith, and number 2, Arthur Sanders, their 2 best receivers, over to the right-hand side. So that's the number one thing. The second thing that I'm going to notice is the fact that they're lined up to the right-hand side, which is where Brockman likes to roll. So what they might do is they may do some type of a zig route where he looks like he's going to run a slant. You may have a slant underneath, and you may have a slant with an out on the other side, and whatever's open, he may be looking for. If the defense is showing him something different, he's got James Russo in the backfield with him. They may go underneath the Russo.
Right, you sneak the running back out of the backfield totally on the other side of the field and do a little throwback. Yep, here we are.
Single back spread. Like I said, Smith and Sanders to the right-hand side. They're bunched together. I would see a rub route here possibly.
Huge play.
Brockman takes the signal. You've got a little rub route here. Rob combination.
A little hole.
Brockman runs back.
It's all coming back. Yep, I think he was out of bounds anyway. Yep.
Pass incomplete. There is a flag.
Incomplete pass. Flag on the play. It looks like it might be on the Ducks. If it is, I would assume.
There it is.
Declined by the Sharks. What an amazing stand by the Sharks. By my count, if I'm not corrected, if I'm not mistaken, they ran 7 plays from within the 10-yard line and were able to stop them from scoring the play.
And the amazing thing about that is they've been on the field, I don't know, for 14 of the 18 minutes that have been played in the second half. And the Ducks just rolled right down the field. They were getting tremendous push on the line of scrimmage. The quarterback was juking and jiving. All of a sudden, the Shark defense, out of nowhere, who should be exhausted by this point. What a stand.
Listen,
you've
got to give a great amount of credit to that Sharks defense. Ben not break. Also have to give a great amount of credit to Austin Abney, the defense coordinator of the Jersey Sharks, who called a spectacular series of plays there.
All right, well, now that you got that, here you are. Here you are. 1st and 10 from the 3. Second possession of the half, maybe? I don't know. Something like that. You got to be a little careful down here, right?
Yeah, you got Ridley and White in the backfield with Cabasa. They got to get themselves a little bit of room to operate.
Uh-oh.
False start on the Sharks. Going to be half the distance to the goal.
Wow.
It's going to be 1st and 12 from the 2-yard line.
distance to the goal.
So if they had little space to work with, they even got less space to work with now.
Nah, Howard's talking to my ear here, taking the safety. Now, you can't do that on first down. But I'm telling you what, if you're fourth down on your one, I may very well take the safety. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Ridley and White in the backfield, Cabasa in the shotgun formation. They've got also number 6, Justin Hayes, as the tight end.
Uh-oh,
The
there it
bad
is.
snap.
Well,
Cabasa sacked in the end zone by number 92, Tyreek Clark. Correction. Ridley fell on the fumble in the end zone. Tyreek Clark with a big stop there. And it's going to be a safety for the Ducks.
There you
It's going
are.
to make it 16-9 Jersey Sharks. And the Ducks get the ball. The Ducks get the ball back. They're down 7. They score a touchdown and get the conversion. They have a tie game now. The absolute worst thing that could possibly happen to the Jersey Sharks right here happened. And this is one of the reasons why, Ray, I am a huge proponent of being under center when you're that close to the goal line.
I agree with you. But you know what? Again, we're already talking safety on fourth down, right? So I'm not sure if that is the absolute worst thing that could happen. Ducks are probably going to get the ball somewhere around the 40, 50-yard line. You know, right, exactly. They've not gotten in wins on but for once. So let's see how this plays out. Hey, nice job by Ridley, huh? Falling on that ball. Save them anywhere from 4 to 5 points on that.
So now here is where the Ducks are dangerous. Remember, Nadir Smith was a juke and a cut, and like my old friend Rob Fabian says, a hus. Back to the 87 days. Hus away from being able to score.
Yep.
He's a dangerous man when he's back there.
Listen, you see 16 over there? I ain't kicking it anywhere near him.
Absolutely.
I tell you that. That's like kicking it to Fisher.
Again, like my
Same
friend, like my friend Rob Fabian says, hus.
Yeah.
That's.
And as we found out from last week's game, this is a free kick. The Ducks must cover this kick. And let's see if he kicks it actually from behind the 20 this time. For those of you who were with us last week, he started on the 20 and ran up a couple of yards. And he actually boomed this kick. His kick hit at the 35-yard line, and rolled to about the 15. So this is no gimme. Let's see what happens.
It's going to be Gene with the punt. It's going to be a short punt.
So great. Oh, boy.
It's going to bounce to number 24, Deron Maxwell.
Trying to get outside.
He's
nice
got
cut.
one cut.
That's a good cut.
He's got some blockers. Great job by number 31 on that block.
I think
number
we have
11.
a tie ball game. Oh,
he's
my
going to make it into
goodness,
the end zone, and there it is. Great job by Deron Maxwell.
We have a flag.
And we have a flag on the field at the 15-yard line.
And of course, that's almost always on the return team, right? Pretty much. Yeah, wow, another big. Oh, wow.
That is going to be a costly penalty. Because not only do you take away the points on the kick return there, but also from the spot of the foul, which is apparently looks like it's going to be the 15-yard line, it's going to be a 15-yard penalty. So now the Ducks are going to get the ball at the 30-yard line.
10-yard penalty. But again, listen.
10-yard penalty,
But
excuse
again,
me.
not the worst. The problem is the points off the board. That's the biggie.
Points off the board and the momentum.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
I guess they changed their mind.
Apparently the call is going to be a face mask penalty on the Jersey Sharks. The kick return will stand.
Because I saw that hand come down specifically. I saw that pulling that fist straight down on a hold, but okay.
And it's now 16-15 Jersey Sharks with the conversion pending.
So yes to the face mask, no to the hold, right? That's what we got? All right. And they're discussing. So, that's the question, right? On a scoring play, I think you have the chance to take it on the kickoff. Because if they're going from the conversion from the 2.5, it doesn't really help them a lot. You only gain a yard or so. Well, could be, but I'd much rather kick from midfield. You back the Sharks up again. Although although I don't see them getting any closer to that 2-yard line. Do you? So I don't know what this call is.
They didn't. Well,
Let's see what we got. Let's see.
Let's see what the referees are saying here.
All right. There we go. All right.
All right. So Deron Maxwell with a great job on that play. And one guy that I've got to point out is number 31, who unfortunately I don't have his number here for the for the Ducks, excuse me. Had a chance to make a great block and just made a pick block, getting in the way of someone instead of putting hands on someone, maybe an illegal block in the back, and that's what sprung him.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
and then
we don't have 31.
and then another guy who made a great block was Sean Slippy Menza, number 11, down the field.
Here's for the tie, folks.
Got a big backfield.
Straight ahead.
Brockman's going to keep it. He's going to go to the left-hand side. He's going to beat the man to the corner.
We have a tie ball game.
Conversion is good, and we are now tied 16-16 deep into the fourth quarter.
Ouch. Special teams for the Ducks on kickoff return, free kick return. Nice.
And here we have a replay of that kick.
Yeah, relatively short kick. They had let hit and still fielded it. A lot of times you don't get big returns when you let the ball hit the ground, but here it is. It hits about midfield or so, 45-yard line. And his cut right there.
You see 31 right there, blocked off. Great job. Yeah. He blocked off.
Look at number 1 downfield. Little push.
Number 11.
Knocks his man off the
great
play.
Job. And then he just took it to the end zone.
Yeah.
And again, sometimes with these kickoff and punt returns, it's that one block, that 2 block that springs you. That it's all you need.
Or it's the no block in that situation.
Right. I mean, sensational football awareness by that kid.
So now we have the ball. Now I guess it's. Well, I guess they must have taken the half the distance. They took it. Yeah. Well, the Ducks kickoffs have been pretty good, down to about the 10 or 15-yard line. So, but he had a chance to boot it out of the end zone if they had taken it there. But
Sharks going to have 3 returners back. They're going to have Sorrell.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to have Fisher back there.
Yeah. And I can't see who's on the far side. Here we are. That's a nice kick. At 14-yard line. Here we are.
Goes at the 14-yard line. He's going to make his way over there to the left-hand side.
East and west.
It's going to be a great job on that tackle by number 15, Artie Perrone.
Yep.
A name that has not been called much today, but again, if you know minor league football, you know the switch army knife that this guy is. Does a little bit of everything. Plays offense, plays some defense, plays some quarterback, sells hot dogs in the stands. Does a lot of everything. First down on the 26-yard line.
DeJuan Carr in the return for the Sharks there. Yeah, DeJuan Carr, sorry.
Big drive.
Well, Shark offense. Let's see. That defense got to be pumped beyond belief out there, don't they?
Oh,
and well rested. Well rested.
Pay attention to number 75 in the middle of that defense. Big Marquis Slocum.
How could you not?
Yeah, he's.
All right. Cabasa and crew, now's the time. Now's the time.
He's going to have a single back in the backfield for the Sharks.
Get that short passing game
Spread
going.
formation. Cabasa's going to take the snap, low snap. Quick throw.
Oh, my goodness.
Intercepted.
What a great play.
Number 32, Juan Rozier, heading down.
Oh, he fumbles it out of bounds. Luckily, not out of the end zone.
Great job by Fisher hawking that one down. But Cabasa telegraphed that pass to Fisher.
Yeah.
Well, Juan Rozier did a great job of stepping in front of that and taking it back.
Hey, the linebacker was right sitting there waiting for it. Here we go. And he threw it right to him. Looking for Fisher. Watch the linebacker standing right there. Hey, nice play. Nice move on the ball. Well done. Well done. And you look, Fisher strip it from behind. Hey, luckily that ball goes out rather than through the end zone. Simple bounce.
First and goal
Wow,
on the
here we
6-yard line.
Here we go again.
And I'll tell you this: when we started this game, we did not think we knew we were going to have a good game.
We did.
And when we got to the half,
But
we were
not
like,
this way.
we thought, wait a minute, this is going to be a bad game now. But here we go. The Sharks, once again, this defense is going to be asked to make a humongous stand. First and goal on the 6. Handoff is going to be to Roscoe Bruce. He's going to be
He's
stopped.
in that big stack there.
He's going to be stopped at about the 4-yard line.
Sharks come out with the ball just a bit after the whistle.
It's going to be second and goal from the 3-yard line. Pick up a 3 by Roscoe Bruce. And you can feel the energy coming from the Ducks sideline. They feel like this is going to be inevitable. The Sharks, on the other hand, are holding on for dear life in this game.
Big plays, man. Big plays. It was the Sharks' big plays in the first half. It's the Ducks' big plays in the second half. Most of them on special teams. And the defense comes up big here.
Going to have Russo, number 33, as the up back. Bruce is going to be the back. Nadir Smith is going to be by himself one-on-one to the bottom of our screen.
In the meantime, this clock keeps on rolling here in the second half. Fourth quarter. Yeah, I'm not quite sure we have a play clock tonight, folks.
Could be a handoff to Bruce. Does
See,
Bruce?
Oh, he stacked them up at the goal line.
Looks like Bruce just
Yeah.
short.
Nice job. It's
just short.
Yeah, Pimentel in there stood him up.
It's going to be
Pimentel
third.
stood him up. About a yard.
Third and goal from, looks like maybe even inside the 1.
Could be. Yeah, Howard wants to keep her, but not in today's football world.
You've got 2 chances here.
You do.
From the 1-yard line.
It's third down.
Years ago, the center could snap it to himself, right?
Big formation. 33, James Russo. 25, Elijah Clark. 28, Roscoe Bruce. All in the backfield.
This is called power, baby.
All of those guys can run the ball. Brockman's going to keep it.
And he doesn't
Looks
get in.
like he.
No, I don't think so.
Just short.
He must be. Wowee.
This has been the Achilles heel. The Achilles heel.
Wow.
Of the Overbrook Ducks all game long.
Oh, my goodness.
This front line for the Jersey Sharks has been stout.
How many views we getting there, Howard? People should be tuning in like crazy right now. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is fourth and goal from inside the 1-yard line.
I'm not sure you could put a credit card between that ball and the goal line. Wow.
Russo, Clark.
Talk about big.
Bruce.
And the crowd on the Shark side is into it, and the Ducks want to talk it over just a bit. We're going to stay here. All right. Now let's talk about our very generous advertisers, the Edison Township Police at 732-287-0900. Edison Cooling and Heating at 732-372-4957. Lombardi & Lombardi, 732-906-1500. Team New Jersey Softball in Rumson at 866-815-8600. Quality Bath at qualitybath.com, 800-554-3210. The U.S. Army at goarmy.com. And 2Lit 2Fit Nutrition at 215 Avenel Street in Avenel. Oh, boy. Center of our scoreboard, you see it there, 2Lit 2Fit. Thank you so much. Well, Juan, it's a game of inches, right, buddy?
Well, I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen right now.
Great.
And if I don't, I owe you a soda.
No soda for this guy.
They've moved Marquise Slocum from tackle to right guard. They've got the big backfield.
Well,
they've got Randall.
There it is.
Try to go inside in the middle.
And they do.
Quick
snap. Had nothing to do with the big guy, did it?
Right up the middle.
Wow. Touchdown Ducks. Uh-oh. Coach Lou back out on the field again for some reason. Oh.
The Sharks are arguing that the whistle was never blown to start the play. Referees are confirming now on the goal line. Touchdown is the call by the referee.
Well, let's.
By Tyreek Smith, who came under center.
Of course, we're not going to hear him, so. And there is no signal for we didn't blow the whistle. So, yeah, they did. All right.
So,
yeah, it looks like we're going to have a touchdown here, folks, for sure.
Again, that was a great play by the Ducks.
Yep, nice and quick.
Nice and quick, come under center, no hard counts, no anything. Let's get with our bigger quarterback and run and run the ball right up the middle. Direct snap, no handoffs, no anything. Nice and simple, old-fashioned football. Excuse me.
Yep.
And here we are. The Ducks right now are 22-16. Our fabulous producer.
Yes, sir.
After this conversion, we're going to take a look at that play one more time.
Okay. Even Howard will make this replay very fast. Here we go. Yeah.
We've got Smith in the backfield again, Tyreek Smith.
But I don't think it's going to be the exact same play.
It's going to be under center here.
Now he's going to.
They're going to run an option.
Oh boy. Let's see.
He's going to reverse field.
He's got a lot of time.
He's going to throw the ball up in the air.
Picked off.
It's going to be intercepted in the end zone by the Sharks. That's going to be number 0, Kelly Gallimore with the interception. Makes it 22-16. And Ray, I don't know what that play call was.
I'm not sure what that was either. I really don't. I mean, it looks like he's going this way to pitch it, but there's nobody there.
Here's the touchdown. You see that they all line up.
Yeah, touchdown. Okay. Yeah, and
Real
you see
quick.
the defense is absolutely not ready. Not in any way.
It was one of those,
yep.
and the quarterback center have a thing where the quarterback will put his hands underneath the center
and just hit it.
And just either tap it, move it up, movement.
Yep.
And doesn't matter if anyone else moves. It's me in the center. We're going to go up the middle. The minute you feel that pressure, great job by Tyreek Smith.
And let's face it, folks. Every time I'm watching a play, the whistle starts to play. So I can understand the Sharks not quite being ready for the play. But listen, it's a touchdown. Here we are.
Right, now that 2-point conversion, they lined up in the exact same formation.
Right.
I'm not exactly sure why they decided they were going to run an option.
Yeah, to who would be my question. I'm not even sure there was somebody there to an option 2.
You know what I think might have happened was there might have been some kind of a clogging there, and he's trying to improvise. A pitch might have been, hey, let's line up in the same formation, make them think we're coming right up the middle, and then a little quick pitch to the outside. That might have worked.
And folks, let's not discount that missed conversion. We have a 6-point game here. Sharks can tie with a touchdown. The conversion wins it. And then the question might be, which conversion? Because you only need one.
Well, listen, the one thing that the Sharks have, and this is where you can pat yourself on the back, the Sharks have a kicker who can kick it, and I've seen the kid kick it from 40, even 50. So if they get the touchdown and they're in position, they can go for the one and take a 7-point lead. Take a 1-point lead here.
Correct. All right, kickoffs have been good. Returns so far have not been. Listen, I'm Lance Fisher, number 20. I'm going to try to get him the ball with that speed. Or Giroux. One of the two. Let's see who we got. I'd also really don't know how much time.
Nice
yeah,
deep
Fisher's
kick.
looking for
Fisher's got it. He's going to take it at about the 5-yard line. He's going up the middle of the field. He's going to break to the left. He's past the first wall of defenders. He's going to cut back up.
Oh, nice
reverses field, and he's finally got himself down. Looks like he's going to be down at about the 34-yard lines of the Shark, and that's where the Sharks are going to start to operate.
Now, Lon, I feel like we're at an old-fashioned international soccer match where there's no clock, and everybody has to guess how much time is left. Are you going to even hazard a guess? 4 minutes, 6 minutes?
5 minutes. 5 minutes and 47 seconds.
He's throwing the ball over here. The ball's going into our camera space. So maybe you can make an announcement. These kids can't be throwing the ball back and forth out here. Thanks.
As a reminder, all those who are not players or managers or members of either organizations, make your way off the
Sharks the snap. Cabasa fumbles, the snubble falls on it, and that's not the way you want to start.
Boy, it is falling apart, isn't it?
Listen, the Sharks at this point, the Sharks have 3 timeouts here. If I'm Coach Mora, I'm calling a timeout right now and trying to get these guys back together. It's now 2nd and 14, approximately, at the 29-yard line.
But you know, Juan, I got that, but you just came off the sideline. And they may need all 3 of those.
You got to settle them down sometimes. The Ducks right now, that momentum, you called it, Uncle Mo.
Man.
Uncle Mo
Listen,
has shown up big time.
It's the one thing in sports that you just can't put a finger on it, but you know it when you see it.
Trips formation to the bottom of the screen. You've got Kelly Gallimore as the outside receiver, normally the starting corner, playing some receiver for them. Cabasa back to pass. He's looking to his left, throws it.
That's
short.
Great coverage. That is great coverage, though.
Yep, short.
He was not open. Yep. Going for Fisher, 39 on the coverage. Do we have a 39?
It's going to be 3rd and 15 from the 29-yard lines of the Sharks.
Boy, you know what? You got to get half of this, don't you? You really do. You got to get something here. You can't be left with a bad 4th and 15 decision.
Once again, trips to the bottom of the screen.
3rd down.
Got Ioannidis, Soro, and Gallimore in that order from inside out. Fisher's to the top of the screen.
So you get Giroux swinging across the field here. Oh,
Cabasa
boy.
with some pressure.
Oh, yeah, nice play. Need him at 40s over there.
Great job. Great job by Corey Burrell on the pressure there.
Listen, you got to punt the ball. I don't think you have a choice here. You really don't.
This Sharks offense has completely gone in the, pardon the pun, tank. And listen.
Somehow I knew that was coming.
Listen. I couldn't help it, Ray. You're sitting here.
I know what it is. Yeah, maybe I'm rubbing off here.
Pause. We're not doing that, Ray.
You know, that's a good name for a TV show.
Oh,
Shark.
boy.
All right. Here we go.
You're going to have Junior. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't. Right.
Yeah,
Well, it's certainly not enough. You know, there's enough time to punt, obviously. And they do. Yes, correct.
Junior Jean is back to punt. He's standing on the 16-yard line. The ever-dangerous Nadir Smith is standing on the 35. If I'm Gene, I am kicking this out of bounds.
You see the
low
40,
snap.
You see the
No,
40
he takes off with the ball. He's going to throw it, flick it back to number 6.
Oh, boy. Get it back to
Justin
somebody
Hayes.
else. Yep. Oh, boy.
That was doomed
That blew
from the
up.
start.
I guess we'll find out later whether that was actually a fake or not, huh?
I'll tell you this: if that was a fake, I as a coach don't have the courage to ever call that.
No, absolutely not.
That is one heck of a fake.
Oh,
that was
boy.
a call.
Well, here's the replay. Let's see if it looks like. We'll take a look.
I think the snap might have been low, and Gene decided
it wasn't that bad. It really wasn't. Let's see. No, the snap is fine. He sees that guy come. Well, he splits the 2 guys. Nobody blocks him. Oh, boy.
You know, this.
Howard's calling for the illegal lateral. Guess what, Howard? There's no yellow on the field. It ain't illegal. You know, that's oh, boy.
Once again, now you're going to ask the Sharks defense to step up humongous now.
Man alive.
They are already inside the red zone. 1st and 10 on the Sharks' 19-yard line.
Can you say run, run, run? One.
Right, you've got
Good.
Russo, and you've got it looks like it's Clark in the backfield. Brockman is back under quarterback, and handoff to Russo. He's going to be stopped
Well done.
immediately. Great job by the Sharks defense.
Yep.
Looks like maybe about a loss of 2 or 3, depending on the spot. It's going to make it 2nd and 13 at the 22-yard line.
Yeah, Chad No Jones, 44, stuffed him right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, loss of 1.
Right.
Yeah, we probably, Howard, thank you very much. Yeah, there's probably a fairly significant amount of time if they're not using timeouts here. So. No, I should have brought my watch, Howard, and used that over here. That's it, you know.
Ducks break the huddle with Brockman at quarterback. They're taking the time, no rush right now. You've got Russo as the tailback. You've got number 25, Elijah Clark, as the upback. 2 receivers down to the bottom of your screen. Brockman is going to go back. He's going to back the pass. He's running out. Runs to his
Got
left.
some room, too. Here
He's
he
got
is.
Pimentel to the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Pimentel was able to
Nice
corral
job.
him.
Nice job by Pimentel not doing a horse collar at the end of that because he had him grabbed. He just let him go.
You know, you got to give credit to Brockman, you know, as the spark plug to this team.
No question.
The minute he came into this game, and again, it's not a knock to Tariq Smith. Tariq Smith is a sensational quarterback in his own right, but just it's been a different animal when Brockman has been in the game today, and he's brought some kind of electricity.
The term is everything changed. Everything changed.
You know, so now we're looking at a 3rd and 1.
And my neck is starting to hurt from looking left the entire quarter. The ball has not left this end of the field.
It's going to be 3rd and 1 on the Sharks' 10-yard line.
Yeah, they cleaned it up. They cleaned up their offense.
Russo and Clark in the backfield with Brockman on either side of him.
And you got 2 downs to make this.
2 receivers down to the left. Inside handoff to Russo.
I don't think
Looks
so.
like he might come up short.
He's going to come up short. Looks that way. Up.
Big time stop by the defense there.
I think we may have the 2-minute
Looks
now.
like
Yes.
it's a 2-minute warning here.
Yeah, he didn't make the 10. Oh, he's right on the 10. Yeah. He's about a half a yard or so short. Looks that way. Length of the football.
The key thing you got to remember here is the Sharks.
Could we have a measurement? Wow, I haven't seen a measurement all season. Let's see.
It's going to be 4th and 1.
Yep.
At the 11-yard line of the Sharks. If the Ducks get the first down here, the game's not over yet.
No
question. The Sharks have 3 timeouts, and the Sharks do not have a kicker. Oh, correction. The Ducks do not have a kicker.
Correct.
Okay.
Wow.
Referees are going to measure this out.
And I guess we have a combined age of about 19 out there pulling those sticks out. Let's see. Oh, boy. There we are. It is tight. Yeah. He's a hair short.
No, it looks short.
Yeah.
It looks real short from here.
Is that real short or real short?
Real short.
Or barely short? Or yeah. Here we go. So now, why would you run anything else, right? Why not? Absolutely, bring him back in, bring the big guy back in, and run it.
Absolutely. Listen, even if you don't get the first down, you're going to be inside the 2 minutes, and at their 10, and you've got 3 timeouts to get 90 yards down the field.
Yep. But you know they're a capable offense, so you really want this first down.
Russo and Clark in the backfield with Brockman.
Well, not under center. Gives them some chance.
Brockman takes a snap. He's going to follow his block of the field. He's going to have the first down.
I don't think so.
He looks like he got
actually, I think he does.
He got it. He got the first
that's
down.
A good spot.
It's going to be first down, Ducks. 1st and goal at the Sharks' 9-yard line. And at this point, the Sharks are going to have to start burning timeouts.
All 3, yep. Let's see. I wish I could see the ball from here. It is. All right. Yeah, there we are. Yep. First is already up.
First and goal for the Ducks.
See, I love to make that call. I always say that's a first down.
Right.
And it always is, either for the other team or for the team with the ball.
It's going to be first and goal from just inside the 8-yard line.
And clock is ticking. Well, they're going to use it on first, second, and third down. That's why. Now the officials counting it down. Now they're going to take it down to 1. There's the official behind him is yelling out the
Robert takes
the
a
play
snap,
clock.
handoff, inside handoff.
Oh goodness, to the 5, to the 4.
It's going to be to number 21,
Yep.
Shaquille Salmons. Injury to the Ducks, which is going to be, hopefully that young man is going to be okay. However, it's going to be a benefit to the Sharks because that's inside 2 minutes. It is an automatic injury timeout charged against the Ducks.
Yeah, let's do the sponsors here. Why not? Our Edison Township Police. Thank you so much. Edison Cooling and Heating. Lombardi and Lombardi Attorneys. Team New Jersey Softball. Quality Bath. U.S. Army. And Too Fit Nutrition. And I'll tell you what, that Shark defensive line better be fit. Because they played this entire half. And you know what? Held up really well. I got to say. For playing this entire half, that defense has held up well.
I mean, listen, it's been a tale of two halves in this game. The
No
first
question.
half was dominated by the Sharks. The second half, the Ducks made their adjustments, made their arrangements. Again, Hassan Brockman has been the star of this game, has done a sensational job of running the ball, extending the pocket, getting the ball to open receivers. And then, again, you can't forget about that huge kick return by Deron Maxwell after the safety on the Cabasa fumble where Ridley recovered it. It's been like you said, Uncle Mo was coming in and he can.
Won the whole game. Turnovers, big plays. One team made them in the first half. One team made them in the second half.
Salmons and Clark in the backfield. At this point, we could do the victory formation.
Not really.
Inside handoff.
They got to the 2
to
or the
Salmons.
1. Timeout again,
down
probably.
to the 2. Sharks gonna call timeout. Now listen, I am for playing football for all 4 quarters.
Right.
However, that last play there could have been disastrous.
But you can't just kneel because they used all 3 timeouts. They get the ball back. So you really got to continue to play this. You can't kneel it out for the rest of the game.
Well, I mean, again, if you want to do it the right way, you milk that clock down the first play.
Correct.
You kneel it down. Your defense has done a great job of holding the Sharks' offense in the second half to almost nothing.
It's a great spot, but you can't just kneel because that automatically, like I said, they blow timeout real quick. Kneel, timeout. And they still got one more after this.
Right.
So
here's the way I look at it. If you're making it, regardless of what you do, you kneel down, they waste a timeout. You kneel down, you waste a timeout. You kneel down, you waste a timeout. Right. Now, even if you don't score,
correct,
you've made the Sharks have to waste all their timeouts. They're pinned deep in their own zone with no timeouts. And
correct. Right.
I guess what they're trying to do is they're trying to ice this game and put it away. And not let the Sharks get a one big play.
Exactly. Well, you put it away by sticking this ball in the end zone is what you do. That ends the game. Let's see.
It's been third down here.
Inside
handoff to Salmons. Salmons going to break through, dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Salmons. Shaquille Salmons with a 2-yard touchdown. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the ball game. 28-16, Ducks with the lead. 28 unanswered points by the Ducks.
Oh. So we have an out-of-town score?
Out-of-town score.
Hawkeyes and the Owls. How about that?
8.
So the Hawkeyes will remain 18-14. Howard's in my ear here giving the score. I keep forgetting you folks.
Just so
you can't hear
just
that.
we don't confuse you folks.
Right, so the Hawkeyes will go to 4-0 by beating the Tri-County Owls 18-14. They will then, I believe, be the only undefeated team left in the league. And of course, the Sharks will have the Hawkeyes next week. So here we go. Coming back this way, coming back
around,
the other
being
way,
chased down,
this way.
throws the ball away.
But that's the only thing you don't want to do.
Throws the ball away, and 28-16 is the score. Yep. Under a minute to play, Sharks get the ball.
Wow.
Listen,
if you told me at halftime, Juan, I'm telling you, if you told me this second half was going to go like this, I might have had you checked out by somebody. I mean, I got to tell you, there's very few games I've seen turnarounds this drastic from one half to another. Certainly not in semi-pro, not in these leagues.
I can say if we're going to compare this to a 3-round UFC fight, okay? the first round was won by the Sharks convincingly.
Yes.
And then you figure, oh, okay, well, here it is.
Right.
Then the second round was convincingly won by the Ducks. The difference is we don't have a third round to decide who's going to win it, and the Ducks hit the knockout shot in the second round to win the fight.
I was wondering where you were going with that third round. That's what I was wondering where you were going with that. I'm thinking, wait a minute,
if you stick with me long enough,
yeah,
I usually get to it.
If I stick with you long enough, I could end up getting arrested.
Well, yeah. Ray, listen. Of all people you have to worry about getting arrested with, it won't be me.
Listen, I could probably talk around it somehow. Don't worry about that.
Guarantee I can do a better job.
Last week, a cop stopped me and said, "You realize you're going down a one-way street?" I said, "Yeah, but I'm only going one way." He didn't like it. All right. So thank you, Howard. There will be no game next week on HSG Network, but we will be back the following week with the East Penn Raiders. The Raiders. Oh, it could be the Sharks. Okay. All right. So what do you think about 30, 40, 50 seconds? Something like that? All right. Oh, boy.
Kickoff by the Ducks.
That's a beautiful kickoff.
Going to go right into the end zone.
Funny. Yeah, boy.
Probably a smart move by the Sharks.
We have a throw down at midfield. Could get a little testy here at the end. Just a bit. That's okay. All right. So the Sharks need a touchdown pass, an onside kick, and oh boy.
The way this game has gone.
Well, yeah.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never ever know.
No question. 12-point lead. You can't get 8-4, right? So all right.
I'll be shocked here if the Ducks aren't playing a real soft cover 4.
If the Ducks don't have 3 guys at their own 40, there's a problem. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, Fisher hasn't done anything in the second half. They went to him on that interception. They also little out route, a little earlier to Fisher, well defended. They bottled him up. That's probably the first time I've seen him shut down in a half in quite a while.
Well, you know what? Let's discuss what's going on with this game right now. The Ducks were on the road to going 2-2, and falling behind the Hawkeyes and falling behind the Sharks.
Yeah.
If the Sharks would have won, they would have been 4-0. Now they put themselves right back into that race.
Yep.
At 3-1.
Especially the race for second.
And I believe that the Ducks still have to play the Hawkeyes, if I'm not mistaken. A little swing pass here. Nice job by number 40 trying to get as many yards as he possibly can there. Kelvin White.
Like they say, just because you have the ball doesn't mean you can't hit somebody.
And the Ducks right now are playing it smart. Hey, we'll give you everything underneath.
Sure, absolutely.
We'll give you everything underneath.
And did you see the pressure on Cabasa from the outside?
Yeah, I mean, again, and that's been
he had nowhere else to go with that ball.
That's been the story of the second half. Cabasa has not been comfortable in this pocket at all.
Look, fresh defense, right? How many plays have the Sharks run in the second half? If they've run, I don't know, 12. I don't know, not much. 1 first down maybe. Yeah. Hey, give the Duck D credit. Listen, give him credit. Came out and played the second half, and the offense cleaned it up.
Ducks are playing press man on the outside. 2 high safeties over the top. They're content with letting the Sharks get anything they can underneath.
Could have been a free play.
Going to be off. It's going to be offsides on the Ducks here.
Yeah, kudos to the Ducks, man. Really, they really got this thing together at halftime. Yeah, and no defense has shut the Sharks down this season. Not with that offense.
I mean, again, the thing is when you talk about the Ducks at every level have a playmaker type of player.
Yeah.
You know, outside of the defensive line, inside the defensive line, linebackers, corners, safety. They've got playmakers.
Listen, I've played. My son's played against the Ducks many times in various leagues. They'll show up with 16 guys and they'll beat you sometimes just because they're that good.
That's that. You know what? But that's the Philly mentality.
That's
you
it.
know, and that's one of the things. And I apologize. We didn't state this earlier for our fans who don't know. Overbrook is an area in the Philadelphia area, and you know the Ducks are from Philadelphia, so they take that drive up the Turnpike. When you play a Philadelphia team in minor league football, expect to be in a bang out, bruise out, punch you in your mouth type of game. And it's physical every single time you play a Philadelphia team. And they showed that here, especially in the second half. Cabas with the snap is going to swing pass over to number 16, Sorrell. Sorrell's going to take a big hit on the sideline.
Terrible play to not get out of bounds.
He's just trying to get stuff out of bounds.
He did.
Referee's going to keep
goodness.
keep the clock rolling.
Yeah, but his hand touched out of bounds before he went down. Clock moving, no timeouts. Boy, that's it. You got to get out of bounds there. Got to.
I mean, again, if the goal is to get, to win the game,
to have any chance,
you've got to, catch it, get out of bounds.
Absolutely. All right.
She's got Sorrell and Fisher down to the bottom of the screen. Those are the big time pass catchers.
And you got to let one fly here. There's no more time for Dinkin and Duncan.
1st and 10 on the 49-yard line for the Sharks. Cabas back. Swing pass out to White again. He's going to kick it back to the inside. Duke's back out to the outside. Big stiff arm. Stays in bounds.
Again. Wow.
And that should be the ball game.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah.
They may have one more play left.
Boy, oh boy.
This is where coaching takes into effect. You got to tell your guys, hey, get the ball and get out of bounds.
And you know what? That's 2 straight plays. Somebody comes off the edge untouched. Who's that on the 90, 91?
92.
Twice he just comes right around his man.
92, Freddie Oliveras.
Twice in a row. Let's watch this one. That time he got him a bit.
It's a big pass across the middle to Kelly Galmore. Big time hit across the middle.
Yep.
Galmore's going to go down at about the 32-yard line.
Much left here. I think you got to snap it and kill it here, don't you?
Listen,
they're calling a play.
If your attempt is to try to win this game, you got to stop the clock somehow.
I think so.
They've run 3 plays now.
Going to call it on the fly here. Here we go. Uh-oh. Is that it? Nope.
Timeout Ducks.
Well,
so I mean, again, the execution of this drive, you've run 3 straight plays, 2 to the sideline where guys didn't get out of bounds.
Correct.
And then another play across the middle where the guy was wide open, which the Ducks want you to throw the ball there.
Yeah.
Throw it there.
But Juan, you need chunks at this point, no matter where it is on the field.
Right.
Not quite the NFL where you can get guys on the sideline stepping out of bounds and just work your way all the way down in 20 or 30 seconds. That's hard at this level.
Now, Ray, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why would the Ducks call a timeout here?
Well, that's a great question.
You're up 2 scores.
Yep.
You're up 2 scores. Even if they score, right? How much time could there possibly be in this game?
Right.
It has to be under 20 seconds left in this game.
Let the clock run, correct, yep.
Let the clock run. Even if you don't know what you're doing, you have a miscommunication with your defense. You don't have enough guys on the field. Play with what you got. If they score, you stop them. and then you just got to then you've got to make sure that they don't recover the onside kick,
Yep.
and then now they've got to do another couple of plays to get downfield, as opposed to stopping the clock, which the Sharks have not done a good job of doing in this entire drive.
Yeah, boy, you just have to get out of bounds there. You had 2 plays, you probably lost, I don't know, 30 seconds by not getting out of bounds twice. Yeah.
And again, it's a lot of people say that coaches sometimes like to say the same things over and over and over again, or they like to repeat themselves to their players. This is one of those situations where you tell your guys, hey, you catch the ball, you get out of bounds. Do not look for the extra yardage. If you get 5 yards and we can save 3 seconds, getting that 3 yards is not going to help us in the long run. Time is the most valuable thing that we have right now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Juan, but guess what? You played enough football, you got to know that.
Spread formation for the Sharks here. They're gonna have the ball on their on the Ducks 32-yard line. Kabasa back, big time pressure.
Here we are again, right off the edge.
Once again, that's number 92.
I think it's going to do it.
Tyreek Clark with a huge game today.
Ball game.
And that is your ball game. What a game, Ray.
Well, listen, again, tale of 2 halves. Turnovers, big plays. The Ducks got their offense together in the second half. They couldn't hold on to the ball in the first half, and the Sharks they didn't have the ball the entire half. I mean, out of 30 minutes, if they had the ball 7 minutes, it's probably about all they had. Really hard to play defense that way. But listen, give the Shark defense credit. They did a nice job, and give the Ducks credit. They turned this sucker around at halftime, and they walk out of here with a victory.
Listen, it's one of those games where tale of 2 halves, like you said. Sharks dominated the first half. Ducks dominated the second half. Hassan Brockman ended up being the pivotal piece of this game for the Ducks' victory. Sharks fall to 3-1. Ducks improve to 3-1. Sharks have a tough task next week against the undefeated Jersey Hawkeyes, and these guys know each other because of the proximity.
Yep.
Should be a great one.
MVP of the game is not real hard in this one, is it?
Absolutely.
No doubt.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for tuning in. We appreciate you supporting the HSG Network with every one of our broadcasts. For Howard Gaber,